this way before. Travel through the open door. Circumstances navigated the path. And life happened all so fast. No, it got lonely. Sometimes you see, I know we couldn't make it. Even when I'm off beat, I still land on my feet. And nothing can shake me. Cause I know life took a hold on. Never. This is where I am destined to be. I'm not ready to give up. I believe in the miracle of life. Life's a play for no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Games can play, can't take it personal. Cause the devil is a liar. I'm telling you the truth. It's all in what you do. Some things you gotta do. It's fight for millions. Take a second, see the blessing in it. With much expected, much is given. When I made the living, now I'm giving back to children. Never let the power come first before your happiness. Yes, you can be the best if you go the distance. Mix a little sweat with your persistence. You know that the best things are never instant. Just shine, let them see your brilliance. Get up, open up your eyes now. It's the moment of truth. No backing down. We're bringing it to life. Oh, for the children, it's a given. You gotta give it, be a blessing.
This my personal statement. Run the game like I'm aces. Learn and develop patience. Determined to be the greatest. Yeah, bobbing and weaving. They changing up like the seasons. Indigenous to the grind. So I do it for all my people. Jabbing the competition. Back up against the ropes. You fighting for recognition. I'm fighting just to promote equality where we lack it. While cancer slowing our road. I'm confident we'll make it. We focus on common goals. Yeah.
Give back, give love, giving something away. Never give up, stand tall to fight another day. 2 toes, 2 feet, I stand on the ground. I'm going back soon and fight this final round. Life's a play for no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Games can play, can't take it personal. Cause the devil is a liar. Telling you the truth, it's all in what you do, some things you gotta do, I'm gonna share all that I have and give to those in need. So we're gonna win this battle, fight my disease. No more kids, children leaving hearts and tears. We got to leave it
God, we got classics, dog. Hey, dog. I appreciate you. Hey, I appreciate you, Jay. Man, I got classics in the vault. Didn't even know I had them, man. My gosh. Wait till I show y'all this clip. Anyways, welcome to the show. Appreciate y'all. Let's go to roll. Let's do roll call because I missed it last night because I was on one of my monologues, man. What's up, West Virginia? Appreciate you, big homie. James, what up, Jeff Birdman? It's always love, man. Thank you. KJ. What's up, Nathan? Thank you, dog. Thank y'all for coming in here, man. Appreciate you, Alan. Keno, Las Vegas, Leon. The Connect. Appreciate you, big homie. Kevin Brower. John A, big homie. Super Bros. Thank you, dog. Thank you. Mark West coming in here early. Fred Rowe. Club 57. What it dirty? Box of Sparring. Thank you. I am Jay Lou. Always in the building, man. Thank you. What up, Yova? Pedro.
This is where I am destined to be.
What's up, Richie Rich, Victor? I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all coming in here. Thank you. And we're going to play this trailer real quick, and we're going to jump into the show. And I got a classic.
I said Malcolm alleged that some of Elijah's women were underage secretaries. And can you expound on that?
Yeah, well, I guess they were, because they were there. I seen them. I seen them myself. It's all true. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger.
What's up, King?
Hey, what's going on?
How you feel, King?
How many other bastard children do you have?
Barbershop conversations, man. Appreciate y'all. So appreciate you, Jay Blast, man. I didn't even know I had this in the vault. I'm gonna play this clip for y'all because I haven't watched it, but it looks pretty interesting. Let me share it, and we'll start the show like this. Can y'all see it? All right, y'all see it. All right, look, watch this. So let's talk about. Did you watch the Terrence Crawford fight?
Yeah,
What's your impression of it?
it's good for it. Trying to do what he possibly do.
Okay.
I liked it.
Now let's talk about the article. You're making headway now.
I didn't read the article.
Well, you said it. So you basically said that Bob Arum is not promoting him well.
He's not promoting well because even like throughout the whole promotional fight, and y'all keep 100.
Mhm.
But it's not saying Loma Chico name every time they say Terrence Crawford. Even after the fight, they kept saying Loma Chico, comparing Terrence Crawford Loma Chico, Terrence Crawford Loma Chico. Even after the fight, like why are you even mentioning his name when you got Terrence Crawford fighting on pay-per-view? Why are you mentioning him? You should be trying to promote Terrence Crawford. But they kept saying his name throughout the whole promotion. And I wasn't even paying attention to the fight or promotion, none of that, until the week of, and then I watched videos, things like that. They just kept saying his name, like big him up. Stop talking big up Loma Chico.
Do you think it's intentional? Do you think that's an intentional plan based off of what Bob Arum said after the fight?
I mean, I don't know if it's intentional. I mean, it could be intentional, but it could be subconscious. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's just how they are. You know, I think Loma Chico, that guy, I think they was forced to really promote Terrence Crawford. He kept winning.
Do you think Bud is comfortable over there just basically being Bud? Or do you think he wants
Terrence
to?
Crawford fighter, man. You know, I respect Terrence Crawford. You know? I got his number, he got my number. I respect him. I like him a lot. You know, I feel like he's a real fighter. He's a good guy and things like that. But you know, it's the business side too.
No.
I think he kind of kept his ceiling. You know, signing a deal. You know,
Yeah, that's what I was alluding to. Do you think he's just comfortable saying, "I'm just gonna fight out this contract"?
I think comfortable, but I mean, like I said, you know, it is what it is. I mean, it's it's his thing. He comfortable with it. That's what he like to do. That's what he like to do. I mean, everybody's different. So
Harold, do you feel like the fight will eventually happen?
it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's definitely gonna happen.
Man, I didn't even know I had that in the vault, man. I got so many classics, man. Man, hey, I'm gonna tell you something about her. Earl is a cool dude. I'm gonna tell you about that night. What year was this? 2019. So it was no, I stand corrected. But I'm gonna tell you another night. We were in the Cosmopolitan. Not Cosmopolitan. That big pool party in Vegas. The club looked like, the hotel like Spearmint Rhino. What's the name of that shit? Oh man. It's on Paradise. What's the name? Man. Shit. Anyways, it was a fight. And I'm chilling. Earl said he had just ran 5 or 6 miles. And he was dripping and wet. And he came and talked to me. And people that support the channel had came too. And he had came and included them in the conversation. We ended up talking down there for about 45 minutes to an hour, and he was dripping and wet. So man, Earl's a cool dude, man. I don't care what nobody say. Earl is a good guy, man. Earl's a good guy. You know, I mean, yeah, pause, Donnie. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. We just can't be men in here. Damn, why we just can't be men in here, man? You know, but he's a good guy. He's a good guy. Good guy, and hopefully everybody gets a chance to meet him at some point. But yeah, I can vouch for Earl as it pertains to that. And but yeah, I'm gonna post that somewhere, you know. But that was 2019, and funny enough, Ugas walked by him and gave him that. That's funny as hell, right? You know what I mean? So, but yeah, also, uh, I was Blue Blood reported that Blue Blood is my source. You know what I mean? Shit. You know what I mean? Blue Blood is where I go to get my sources, man. I was watching him the other day and some guy was complaining. So I said every time something break and it's true, I'm giving Blue Blood credit. But Canelo is fighting Charlo. I'm thinking of it from an economic standpoint. I'm like, you got 50 million for Canelo? How you get 50 million for Canelo? Where that money come from? You don't think Crawford and Spence can make any money? I'm lost. I'm trying to figure this out, y'all. I'm trying to figure this out. Charlo getting about 12 million. He's gonna get more than Caleb, so he'll probably get 11, 12, 13 million. And I'm sitting there like, how the hell? How the hell? How the hell they come up with that money? 10 days ago, the vice president of communications said they ain't got no money. Leonard Ellaby said we ain't got no money to pay Devin Haney. And you guys, and I believe your natural instincts is gonna say, well, Canelo brings in more. It's the same percentage wise. You understand? I believe Spence Crawford does over 500 million. Matter of 500,000, 500 million, 500,000 pay-per-views. Matter of fact, I would give pay-per-views away. You know what I mean? I'll be honest. We would do contests to promote that on the strength of Earl Spence. You know what I mean? So I sit back and I'm like, everything I tell y'all come to fruition, and y'all see it right in front of your damn eyes. And why don't you sign Terrence Crawford for a 2-fight deal? He fights Victor Ortiz in the first fight. You know what I mean? He fights the week before Earl Spence fight. He knocks the guy out. You know what I mean? And then y'all unify football season. Invest $5 million early to get 120 million later. I don't get it, man. I really, really don't get it. A 9-month investment. You gonna get it. Spence Crawford is gonna be in the black, y'all, because they're projecting it to do shit. Man, I sit here and I'm just like, we just sit and we just accept this shit. Man, let me open up these phone lines, man. Who's Troy? Oh, that's who's Troy? Oh, Troy. What's up, Troy? Troy. Let me open up the phone line. Where we at? All right, the phone lines are open and feel free to beam in. But If they got 50 million to give Canelo, they should have $5 million to put on a card for Terrence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. It don't add up to me. All right, I'm not in the mood. I don't want to play with you tonight. But I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I don't understand why we sitting here looking at this and we don't see the sun through the leaves. I'm confused, dog. I'm gonna just let him keep calling. You know, I'm just flabbergasted at that, man. You know, I sit here and I'm just like, sign Terrence Crawford. Use his next fight as a marketing tool. You sign him to, here's the obligations of your contract, Terrence. It's a 2-fight deal. And this is just me thinking quickly. I don't know when Errol Spence is fighting next, but you're going to fight the week before and or the week after, or 2 weeks. There's a month window. You're going to commentate his fight. You're going, not commentate, but be that, you know how they do it. And we're going to put you in with a former champion. Andre Berto, Victor Ortiz, Robert Guerrero, Josecito Lopez. Well, he's never been a champion, but you understand what I'm saying? Something of sorts like that. And then November 6th, because we got to move you away from Canelo a little bit because he got September 18th, right? So we got to September, October. So sometime before Thanksgiving, you and Errol Spence will fight. And we're going to invest $5 million now to help push and promote it. Why is that so hard to do? I'm lost. I'm lost. Somebody got to make this make sense to me. I'm lost. I don't get it. I wonder, will they move Errol Spence to June now? Because the last pay-per-view you can really, really do is March. No, Spence has a fight with Ugas already. Do you understand? That fight is done, right? So while he's fighting Ugas, you use Terrence Crawford as a marketing agent to promote the fight. And now everybody has a date. He comes and we get that famous shot, of Shane Mosley, Bernard Hopkins, and Floyd Mayweather, and Leonard Ellaby's mustache, all behind him, you know what I mean? And now we got that famous shot that everybody's going to use as a thumbnail for 6 months. I'm going to whoop your ass. I'm going to whoop you. 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 We got exactly what we wanted. And it only cost PBC $5 million. Do you want to pay in advance or do you want to pay later? No. You don't risk Terrence Crawford. Do you not understand? Terrence Crawford is an asset. You don't risk him against Keith Thurman. And his fight is not on pay-per-view. His fight is on free TV on Fox. I don't think y'all understand. Like all this $5 million is a big commercial. That's all it is a $5 million commercial to promote Spence versus Crawford. That's all it is. Who cares if Terrence Crawford isn't promoted? Neither was Triple G. But when he got in the ring with Canelo, it did big pay-per-view numbers. I don't think it did the numbers they reported, but it was big pay-per-view numbers. Maybe the offer was made. I'm going according to the vice president of communications, Tim Smith. I'm using his quotes. Appreciate you, Lawrence. You know? And Bernie said they haven't offered anything. Give the man a chance to turn it down. But I don't think it's just. I don't think it's just. All you, Keon. Great show earlier, too.
I appreciate you, Fred. Appreciate you. You know what, Fred? I don't really think it's well, we know they have money for the fight. I mean, that's a no-brainer. They got money for the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I really think it's because it's Terrence Crawford. Now let me explain.
Sure.
Bomac. He was on my show before. Like, you know, he's been around on different platforms. He did interviews, and he says, fuck PBC. Fuck the PBC. Fuck them over there, right? Also, it's known behind the scenes that Terrence Crawford, he said that he would never sign with Al Heyman, right? He didn't want to do no business with Al Heyman. He feels some type of way, right? And then I've been told this from people that personally talk to him. He didn't want to do no business with Al Heyman, right? He feels that, you know, Al Heyman was trying to basically, lock him in, right? Because he feels that, you know, Al Heyman was trying to make him sign with them, you know, and that's how he does business. Whatever. He just felt some type of way, you know, so he don't fuck with Al Heyman. And he's told people that he don't fuck with Al Heyman, right? That's why when you heard rumors about him talking to Floyd Mayweather, well, because he didn't want to talk to Al. He feels some type of way towards Al Heyman. So with them knowing that, and then Bomac saying fuck PBC all the time and all of that, I think that they have, you know, they got something against Terrence Crawford. Like it's basically, well, okay, if you feel like that, we're gonna make sure you ain't getting no money. You know what I'm saying? I think it's more so. I think it's more so maybe personal because it's Terrence Crawford, and then they looking at Keith Thurman coming back. And I think that they crossing their fingers, hoping that they could get an Errol Spence in the Keith Thurman mega fight if Keith Thurman, you know, do what he's supposed to do. Because they looking at that like, okay, it's in-house. You know, we don't have to pay nobody else. And we got a potential mega fight right here. I think that's really what it is, man. I don't think that they want to pay Terrence Crawford. I really don't, because the fight is huge. Everybody know that it's more than a $30 million fight. And the reason I say $30 million, so say you pay Errol Spence 15, you know, pay Terrence Crawford 15, and then let them get money on the back end, whatever it may be. But it's worth way more than that, you know, and we all know that. You know, look at the other fights they put on, but you don't got money for that fight. Just, you know, I just think it's because of Terrence Crawford, and they got personal issues with each other.
Yeah, but you do fights with Bob Arum. You get what I'm saying? Like, he sued you for $100 million. Like,
yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, but they rarely do fights with Top Rank. They're only doing it if it benefits, you know, them, right? Because if you look at Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, well, that was a huge fight, and they actually got Tyson Fury so they can put on the Deontay Wilder fight.
Mm-hmm. Right. But that's what I'm saying. If it's profitable, you do it.
I agree with you. But I'm just speculating. I just
Yeah,
myself
gotcha.
personally, I just think that it's more personal. It's more personal. And then you got to look at the fact back when Terrence Crawford was a free agent before, right?
Right.
He's a free agent. We trying to get you over here with PBC, and you say, nah, I'm signing back with Bob. I'm not doing business with them, right?
Right.
Now you're a free agent again, and right, when you're a free agent again, you can come over and talk to me if I'm Al Heyman, but you like, nah, I ain't fucking with you. I'm going and I talk to Floyd, but I'm not going to talk to you. So I think it's personal because at the end of the day, we know that Al Heyman is the one that got to pull the trigger.
Right.
So, and it's like, okay, well, if you don't want to do business with me, you don't want to do business with my company, it's kind of, if it's fuck me, then it's fuck you. And I think that's what it's really coming down to, because I believe if they had took another approach, like, you know what, we're going to go and talk to PBC and see what type of deal we can make with PBC. I just think they would, go about it a lot different if that had been the case. But we know this. I've heard this, right? It's out there. So we can't act like that Al Heyman don't know this. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just is in the dark. He had no idea how Terrence Crawford feels.
You watching this?
He knows.
Nah,
yeah.
Pays attention.
So that's just how I feel about the situation. And I believe if they do business with Terrence Crawford, right? If they say, okay, we're gonna try to make the Spence fight, I think they're gonna try to make him take the lowest amount that they possibly can, to where they bag him into a corner to where he like, okay, you know what? Fuck it. I can't get nothing else. No other big fight. Fuck it. What y'all gonna pay me? You know what I'm saying? I'll take what y'all pay me. Right. I think that's what they're trying to do.
Right.
And I can't say I don't blame them, because if I'm in that position and you running around talking about fuck me and I don't want to do no business with him and this and that, I might feel some type of way about it. You feel me? I might feel some type of way about it. And I'm probably not going to do business with you unless it really, really benefits me. That's why they that's why they talking about, oh, well, we don't have no money for the fight. And on top of that, he's going to ask for, a big amount. Well, but we don't know what amount he's going to ask for, but he going to ask for a big amount.
Right.
They're telling you that 10, if he asks for 6 or 7, they don't want to pay him that. They want to pay him, they want to lowball him. I believe that. But, he kind of talked himself, him and his team, they did it to themselves. Now, we all want to see the fight, and we suffering at the end of the day. But do you think that PBC give a damn about what we really think? They don't give a damn about what we want to really see.
Right. You're right.
We looking at it as fans like, oh, we want to see the fight. We gonna buy the fight. The fans been calling for this. They don't care about that shit. How many other fights you think that we've been calling for and we haven't seen? That's just one.
There's a lot. Too many at this point. Too many to count, dog.
Right.
And share your Terrence Crawford perspective on his case while you're here.
Oh, my thing, it's my opinion, right? Mm-hmm. It's like, so, where you want to go with it, because it's several things that he said in the, in the 24-page, complaint. You want to go like this?
You can. It's you. I don't.
Okay, well, I mean, it was several things that he put in there. As far as the breach of contract or whatever. I mean, it's, to me personally, the breach of contract where he said that he was supposed to get another fight in 2020, right? He's supposed to get one 2 fights in 2020. He only got that one. Now, with that, it's gonna be, to me, it's gonna be hard to prove. Now, I hope he do win this. I hope he does get all the money he can get out of Bob, right? But to me, I think it's gonna be hard for him to get that bread because, okay, you say that you owed a second fight. Now, if you go back to interviews that he was doing, right, during the pandemic, because that was a pandemic, and I think they shut down for like 4 months and then they came back, right? So, yeah, in 2020. So, when you did interviews during the pandemic, you said that you did not want to take no fights. You said you didn't want to fight, you said that you were not going to fight for less because at that point in time, the thing is fighters was having to take a little less because it wasn't no crowd in attendance, right? You said you didn't want to fight with no crowd in attendance, and he said that he wasn't gonna fight for less money. You know what I'm saying? He had already been there and done that in his career, and he absolutely wasn't gonna do it, right? So he did it. He did several interviews saying that. So if it comes up in court, I guarantee you they're gonna bring that up. Hey, we tried to get him a fight before the Kell Brook fight. We tried to get him to fight, and we couldn't get him to fight. Matter of fact, and they're gonna play that. They're gonna play another interview he did when he was saying that. So we couldn't make him fight. You know, he refused to. That, and I'm just saying this is something that they probably gonna bring up. Now another thing, right? Say if he is owed another fight because you're missing one fight in your contract. Well, I don't know, the dude Rick Glazier, I don't mess with him, you know what I'm saying? But he brought up a good valid point where he was like, okay, well, that means when you in October you went out of your contract then because you were owed a second fight. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It could go like that. It could go like that. These are scenarios, or maybe, he it was something in writing that, that we didn't read in there. I don't know. But I'm just saying this is probably come up. Now, the thing that bothers, so I don't have a problem with none of that in the 900K Spence bonus, whatever, what I had a problem with is that the thing that he said about the racial discrimination and all that. Okay, cool, right? But first of all, you went top rank 8 years before you re-signed your contract. I think you was with them or, somewhere around there. Because I know he was with Cameron Duncan, and then he came with Top Rank, right? But you did a whole stretch with Top Rank. So out of that whole stretch that you did with Top Rank, these things that all this racial discrimination, you saying they don't have no black people working for them and all of that, right? So you mean to tell me that you didn't notice none of this stuff until after you got out of your second contract from signing with them? So you just now recognizing some of this stuff, right? So on top of that, right, you say, well, they didn't put Black Lives Matter on the canvas. They wouldn't, acknowledge Black Lives Matter. Well, when the whole Black Lives Matter movement was going on, Terrence Crawford never said nothing about nothing that was going on with Black lives, Black issues, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Police brutality, nothing. He never spoke up about nothing. You feel me? He didn't have Black Lives Matter, nothing on his robe or none of his trunks. All of the issues that's been going on at Top Rank, right? He never spoke out about nothing. Matter of fact, when he had a chance to speak on things, you know what? Bob is just being Bob, But actually, Bob tries to get me fights. It's just, certain things I don't do. Bob ain't did nothing wrong. This is what he said. You feel me? So to me, it seems like while you was getting those paydays, right? While you was getting paid, you were seeing everything going on way back then. But hey, you was getting paid. It's just like Fred. It's just like if I'm employed by a racist white man, right? And I hear the white man calling the employees the N word, and I see him treating all of them different. But I'm the black man, right? That's with the company, but I'm getting paid more than they are. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one that's getting paid, and so I'm seeing all this stuff. But hey, hey, he ain't talking to me. He called you a nigger. He didn't call me a nigger. You feel me? I don't know what they call me. It ain't got nothing to do with me because I'm getting paid more than all of them, right? And then something happened between me and the boss, and I fall out with the boss, right? Then when I fall out with the boss, I go to the newspaper and I want to do a press conference talking about all of the racism that was going on.
Right. Now,
this whole time when I was working and I was getting paid, I didn't say nothing about nothing. He wasn't talking to me. Now all of a sudden, I'm not there no more, and I want to use it to my benefit, right?
Right.
Now I want to go and I want to talk about it. I want to tell everybody what was going on, right? And so a lot of these dudes out here, they talking about, well, why would he risk being put on the shelf? If Terrence Crawford spoke out about it while he was, with Top Rank, he would have had to sit on the shelf. Bob Arum would have had to sit him on the shelf. Well, then I say, okay, well, part of what's in his lawsuit was that he was supposed to have 2 fights a year. And if he didn't get 2 fights a year, that's what he's suing for, right? So if it's in writing, if it's in the lawsuit already that, or it's in the contract, my bad. If it's in writing, it's in his contract saying, we have to give Terrence Crawford this many fights a year. It's documented. It's in his contract. Well, how can Bob Arum sit him on the shelf without having a much bigger lawsuit? It's in writing that he has to have a certain amount of fights per year. So he wouldn't have been risking nothing if he had came out and spoke out about this while he was working with him. Because if they did sit him on the shelf, that was going to be their ass. You know what I'm saying? Because he covered himself in his contract.
Right.
So he could have easily, right? He could have easily came out and said something about all the things that now he's all of a sudden have a problem with at Top Rank. So for everybody that's taking up for him, that is not an excuse. So we throw that shit out the window. We debunk that right there. So now, are you telling me that he must have been walking around Top Rank blind the first stint when he was with them? Or maybe Bob Arum just woke up, one day recently, and he just started running his company like that recently. So the first stint that you was with Top Rank, right, before you re-signed with him, Bob Arum wasn't doing business like that. He didn't have no racial bias towards nobody. He wasn't doing business. Or was it because when you was at 140 pounds, Bob Arum, you know what I'm saying? He got you all the fights that you needed to become undisputed, right? And then when you moved up to 147, Bob Arum got you a title fight soon as you moved up to 147, right? With Jeff Horn, the easiest opponent that was there. And then you was getting paid $4.5, $6 million, whatever, for the opponents that you was fighting. You took all the paychecks. You didn't say nothing, right? While you was with the white man, Bob Arum, while you was getting paid, it was, Bob is just being Bob. Bob is good. Bob is a good man. He's a good person. So what changed? You feel me? He just did an interview like a year ago talking about Bob is actually a good man. What changed? What changed? What drastically changed? So, at the end of the day, bro, you using it. You using all of these things. You using it because it's to your benefit now. It's to your benefit. You're not no hero. You're not no Deontay Wilder, none of that, bro. You ain't no Ali, none of that. Because when you was getting paid, you stood and you seen all this shit going on and you didn't say nothing. And like I said, you would have been the perfect candidate to come out and say some shit because you had in writing that he has to give you a certain amount of fights. You have in writing that you have to get paid a certain amount for each fight you have. So you covered your ass so you didn't have to worry about being set on the shelf without getting paid. That's all I got to say about it, Fred.
I appreciate you. Thank you, dog. Yeah, man. I know people disagree with you, but I'm gonna say shit. I agree. I'm about to get more hate now, but
I don't really care.
no, I don't care. I'm just
yeah.
saying that I think Bud should have been a beacon. You know, all his little bros signed. Shakur, the Davis brothers, you know, Stevie Stone Cold Nelson. He didn't intercept them signing there. And you guys are more than welcome. Please call in because I think it's important. And I genuinely don't believe that they lawyers did it in good taste. I think it was a ploy to garnish headlines because the cure at the end of it had no social reform. There's no social reform at the end of those 24 pages. They want to be financially rewarded. There's no footnote like Top Rank needs to be needs even though they can't do it because it's a private sector, but they need minority representation. But they say that at the beginning of it, but don't request it in the cure. So I look at that as the lawyers, and when you research the lawyers, which I did, that's the type of lawyers that they do. It's that's what they do. They go and attack corporations, not attack, but sue corporations where they can get large sums of money from, you know. So Michael Jackson, Gabrielle Union, those are the most notables that would impact this community. And I don't think Terrence Crawford is a civil rights leader. I don't think Terrence Crawford is Deontay Wilder. I don't think Terrence Crawford is doing this to advance the sport of boxing. I think part of it is to protect his financial investment for the future. And two, this helps him ignore self-realization. Terrence Crawford really didn't do the work as it pertains to promotion. And here's what I want to say too. Here's what I believe. If a black man tells you something wrong, it's okay. If a white man tells you something wrong, he's a racist. Because in the black community, like, we're more stronger in our how we tell people. Like, so it was pretty obvious. I think if you're a Terrence Crawford fan, you can agree with this. He doesn't do media. He never did media. After fights, I'm talking like media, like not at his fight. You gonna see Bud doing interviews. I can go to Blue Blood, Champ Side, Boxing Ego, Keon's page. I don't see him doing interviews. You understand? Fight week, you always see like fighters popping up on everybody's page doing interviews. Pop, 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 pop. And then you try and match it. Like, did I see this part already? Did I see this part already? You know what I'm saying, Keon?
Yeah.
So we've never seen that out of Terrence Crawford consistently. Now, we've always said, man, Terrence Crawford don't do media, man. He needs to promote himself more. We've all said that as black people, minorities, Asians, Mexicans, whatever. If Bob Arum says it, he's going to be labeled a racist because he said it. And because he said it in a way that makes him an what you call an inanimate object, or it raises our antennas. But at the end of the day, we didn't have this type of visceral until Terrence Crawford brought forth the case. And now he hasn't lost anything. He didn't do it in a position to really do what you guys are thinking that this case is going to do. It's not going to do it. You understand? And so I sit here and I say this case is simply about money. I think the lawyers framed it to get to garnish the attention that it needs to put the person that they're putting on trial in defense. And you want to win a case in the court of public opinion because you don't know who those 12 jurors are going to be. You know, it's that's par for course, you know. And I'm with you. I think Terrence Crawford has never stood in front of me and raised his black fist. He didn't have George Floyd on his trunks. He had 2 chances. I went back and I said, I need to watch it. I stick my muscle bound man, stick his face in the sand. I'm bad. You know what I mean? And then he did can't nobody let me better. Those are two fights he had during from February 2020. And there was no George Floyd emblem on his robe. He had a lot of room on that robe too, because he came out to like a classic robe. Had a lot of room on there. And he didn't do what he's claiming Bob Arum didn't do. And I think we give too much power, Keon, to a perceived oppressor. The reason why so many people in here are giving Bob Arum the title of a racist, and you have every right to, is because you believe he has power. I don't believe Bob Arum has power over me. And you're going to say, but the fighters, he got power over the fighters. They signed the contract in 2022, 2021. This is why I said Top Rank can't be racist in 2022. If you understand in the context of this conversation, you'll understand what I'm saying. Because I thought he was racist in the 1970s. I thought he was racist in the 80s. I thought he was racist in the 90s. Nobody got a mother or father. Nobody got a grandfather. Nobody got an uncle. Nobody got an auntie. You mean to tell me Keyshawn Davis just appeared? Voila, poof. He just appeared as a silver gold medalist.
But see, Fred, you gotta understand that a lot of niggas is they don't know how to comprehend well, right? So you talk what you're saying and it make a lot of sense, but you a coon, you know, because they can't comprehend well. They don't understand what you really saying. All they know is, you know, is he? I mean, you know, man, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Get too deep into it.
No,
but,
get deep, because I'm gonna tell you one thing. I'll give the example of me, right? Dre, 2-parent household. Dad retired from UPS. Mom just retired from a CPA firm. So she believes God, family. That's Dre's lifestyle, right? I mean, that's her mindset, right? I think shit. The goal is to win. Like, I'm thinking win. Like, I don't really have a strong family like bond, but I do have family, right? I have favorite cousins, but I don't have like where I got 9 aunties that are always calling me, checking off. I don't have that. And so we're looking for schools for Lincoln. She's looking for blue dots and 10 of 10s, whatever the highest score is you can get for education. That's what she's thinking. And she's thinking, well, since we're paying, he gotta put God first. And we're doing these tours of schools, and we're looking and we're searching, and we're at this school on Venice and Centinela, if you live in LA. And it's a white pastor, a white male pastor, but the lady in charge is white. And we get in the car, and I says, Dre, ain't no white man teaching my child about God. She doesn't understand what I'm thinking. I can't let a white man teach my child about God. You understand what I'm saying? Like it to me, it don't make sense to me, because I think white people come from a privilege. You understand? I'm not saying God is different to black people, to white people, but I think it's taught different in the understanding of it to me. And I said, he's not going to this school. Matter of fact, I'm going to look for the schools. You know what I look for? Structure. How many black teachers? How many does this school look like my house? I'm going to teach my child who God is. And that's why parenting is important. I said all that to say, no one taught Shakur Stevenson. When you look for a promotional company, Keyshawn Davis, when you look for a promotional company, Stevie Stone Cold Nelson, this is what you look for when you look for a promotional company. There were tons of examples prior to Terrence Crawford. So this is why I say it's impossible for Top Rank to be racist in 2022.
Well, this is my thing, Fred.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is my thing, man.
Yeah.
Top Rank is a Fortune 500 company, correct? Okay. Ran by a Jewish white man, right? And now people are acting like they shocked that racism is going on in Top Rank. It's a Fortune 500 company ran by an old Jewish white man. How many Fortune 500 companies do we know that has thousands of employees that racism ain't going on? That if it's owned by a white man, and 9 times out of 10, it's going on, right? They're gonna run their company how they want to run their company. So am I shocked and I'm just pissed off at Bob Arum? No, because that's the shit that we expect from from a old Jewish white man. That's how they run their shit, right? What really pisses me off more than that is that, right? So you say, okay, well, let's build our own, right? We don't have to work for y'all. Let's build our own, right? So there's a black man. He has a company. His name is Al Heyman. I don't know Al Heyman personally, never seen him, right? But he's a black man. So with that being said, I expect them to be, you know what I'm saying, catering to their black fighters, right? Okay, we built our own, right? Because all that shit was happening with these other, white promoters and that's ran by white men. So we build our own. What pisses me off is that how PBC is running their company, because that's our own people. That's our people. I expect the old Jewish white man to do that. But when we build our own, I'll hold them to a higher standard. And the shit that's going on with them, it's a lot of black talent over at PBC that's getting set on the shelf. And they're displaying guys like Joey Spencer and Vito Linky and all these dudes, right? They putting them on display while they got guys like Gary Antoine Russell and other young black talent that you don't never get to see. because they want to put on Joey Spencer and Vito Melanicki, and that's your own people. So we crying about what a white man, an old Jewish white man that have his company, right? We crying about how they run their company, but we got our own, and we more concerned about that, right? Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't have a problem with the racism that's going on at Top Rank, but that shit been around for 60 years. And we've had all of this time to build our own. And the black man came and did that. And now, what do you see over there? That's what I got a problem with more. Just like when Wilder, right? When Wilder was, going to fight Fury, right? And you had, the racist white fans or the racist UK fans, and they saying all type of shit about Wilder, dogging them out. A lot of that shit was racially motivated, right? And I said, I ain't worried about them. That's them. That's what they gonna do. You feel me? That's how it's been. That's how it's gonna be, right? I was worried about the coon ass niggas that was saying the same shit about Wilder and jumping up and down for Fury, talking about they can't wait to see Wilder get knocked out and all of that. That bothered me more, right? Because I'm like, okay, this is my own people acting like that. I don't expect nothing different from, other fans that are not black. So, I mean, that's just what it is, bro.
Yeah, and see, people think that they need help from them. I say, let them be who they are. We don't need them. Because if you ask anybody that says, any fan, any fighter, any YouTube channel, Bob Am's a racist, what's the solution? I dare them to give us a solution. Oh, what's the solution for Keyshawn Davis? Where should he go? Where should he go? Where? Gary Antoine Russell ain't fighting, and he had the most dominant prospect performance on PBC last year. Where should he go? We can't answer that. Oh, go to PBC and do what? Chris Colbert's fighting once a year. Richardson was telling his promoter to help to promote the fight. And he can't even get on. Listen, Richardson fought Malik Hawkins, and it didn't even make TV on Fox. So when you say this, you got to give a solution. Where should they go? Where should they go? Go to Al Heyman, right? And do what? Not fight? So here's just what I say. And I'm with you, Keon. I'm gonna have a conversation about that at 11 a.m. with my trainer. So it's gonna drop. We're having the similar conversation. I don't worry about them at all. That's why I can sit here and talk to Rick Glazier. He has no impact on my mind, my heart, my kids, my life. This is a show to me. This is simply information. We want to be entertained. Yes, I want to give you guys as much truth as possible, and we want to be entertained. And I believe every story should be told. Y'all hate Rick Glazier, but spend an hour watching BMF. That's why I don't understand when black people say, oh, he's a racist. You just spent an hour and you saw 11 black people get killed. You didn't count them. But 11 people just got killed on an episode of BMF. Because what we're talking about is visuals, right? Rick Glazier visual, Bob Arum being a visual, Cameron Duncan being a visual. That's what we're talking about, visuals, right?
My thing with Rick Glacier, Fred, is that you can't try to act like that because you got a black wife. All of a sudden, you're not racist. Like that don't have nothing to do with nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been white men since slavery was, you know, I mean, was with black women, right? Slavery. They had slaves and was, you know, going, yeah, going having sex with the black women, raping them and shit. So just because you got a black wife and you know, and you might have a fetish for black women or something, but that don't mean that you ain't no racist. I mean, I expect him to be a racist though, right? I expect him to be a racist. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't surprise me. You know, I'm not pissed off because he's a racist. I don't like that shit. Don't surprise me. You know, a white Italian man. Come on, bro. You know, but I do wish that one of y'all, somebody came on the panel last night, Fred. I know that you hosting the show. Your job is to, when you have a guest on, your job is to let them talk, and you know, and you don't want to attack them because then they're not gonna feel comfortable to get on. So I'm not talking about you, but it was people that came on the show that kind of let him slide, you know. And I told Batman, I said, Batman, you acting timid as hell. And we was laughing about it early on the show. But it was people that I felt that let him slide when the NBF, the No Black Fighter, the No Black Fighter board, you know, that whole thing came up because he tried to pretend like, well, what do you mean? That's not even possible because look at all the fighters that are black that Top Rank signed, you know. Look at all the fighters that they signed. They signed all of these fighters coming out of the Olympic. It's not possible that Top Rank, you know, could have an NBF rule, no black fighter. It's not possible. And see what he did, he tried to outsmart people, right? And I think that y'all let him slide with that shit, right? He tried to act like, oh, well, look at all the black players that they've had. When he knows, if he's been working behind the scenes for all these years with Top Rank, he knows exactly what we were talking about. It had nothing to do with Top Rank signing black fighters and all of that. I mean, come on now, bro. That's just common sense. You know what I'm saying? That's just common sense. He knew what it was, and I think somebody should have explained to him so he couldn't really weasel his way out of that shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because what it is, you know, certain fighters basically, and correct me if I'm wrong, what Cameron Duncan said is you got these 30 fighters, right? And you got a board and you got a list like, okay, don't put these certain fighters in with black fighters because they don't have problems with black fighters because, you know, the stigma is black fighters, they can box better, you know? Don't put these fighters in, whatever you do, don't put them in with a black fighter.
Right.
And that's what Cameron Duncan explained. And I think that, you know, when the question came up, you know, he kind of got let off easy. And, you know, he tried to make people look ignorant and shit. Like, what do you mean? All the black fighters that they've signed. That's just preposterous.
Right.
It's no way. Come on, bro. You knew what we was talking about, you know, but it would have to take somebody to explain it so he couldn't just weasel his way out of that shit. That was my problem with the Rick Glacier situation.
Yeah, sure. And if someone says they are racist and they hate black people and I'm interviewing them, my job ain't to say you're a fucking racist. My job is to ask why. That's in as best I can. I don't that's just my style. People can do it their way. I'm trying to figure out, how did you get to be a racist? That's strictly what I believe. He's on the other side of the internet. He's not in front of me. It's not like it's not like Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney, like they're right next to each other. You understand what I'm saying? And what I want to say too, when you call someone an open racist in real life, you got to have 100% proof. You got to have tangible proof that they are a racist. You have to. So if you can't call someone a racist because their opinion in a tweet, you got to have tangible proof that they are indeed a racist. Now, and whether you believe they're racist or not is different than proving that they are racist. And I'm gonna say this: everybody want to run and jump and say everybody's a racist, right? But I'm gonna tell y'all this, as I stated yesterday on the show: Black people don't want to fight; they want to complain. Black people, and I'm talking to y'all, enjoy complaining and competing against racism. Do you understand what I'm saying? They love it. You know how I know y'all love it? It's because all this energy for Bob Arum, y'all should have had it for Golden Boy when we had concrete proof that there was racism in that organization. We had concrete proof. We didn't turn over the internet. We didn't yell and complain and stomp and protest at Golden Boy fights. None of us did it. So even if Bob Arum is a racist, Keon, Black people don't care. They're gonna go buy tickets to Shakur Stevenson's fight. They're gonna go to Big Baby not Big Baby, whatever is Big Baby Anderson's next fight. Oh, I'm doing it to support Jay Prince.
Honestly, you know what I'm saying? People have to define what their definition of a racist is because, I think Bob Arum gonna do what an old Jewish white man gonna do. I never really looked at Bob Arum. I done met Bob Arum on several different occasions. I never looked at him and said, you know what? This dude is a fucking stone cold racist.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just didn't never, you know what I'm saying, look at him and just get that vibe. Now, is he gonna do shit? Is he gonna cater towards his people? Of course. Of course. But it just, like I said, it all just depends on what your definition of a racist. Some people definition of a racist is dude, when he see a Black person and he turn around, he talking about in this and in that, and when he in his household, he talking about that in this and that. And I don't really get that out of Bob Arum, you know what I'm saying? But it just depends what people's definition of a stone cold racist is.
Man asked me, do you agree that Bob Arum does not know how to promote Black fight? I'm the only person in the history of the sport that told him he needs to hire Black people in his upper cabinet. Do you not understand the leaps and bounds that I've gone to? Has Champside asked him? Has Blue Blood I'm not calling these guys out. Has Boxing Ego asked him? Has Dante Boxing Nation asked him that question? Who else we got? Whoever else. They haven't asked him. I have. You know why I can ask Bob Arum anything? Because I told that motherfucker, don't you ever talk to me like that ever again. That's why I can talk to Bob Arum and we can be friends to this day. Whatever you want to call it. I don't know if we're friends. I don't know if it's journalists, subject matter. I don't know. We've never gone out. I've only interviewed him. That's why I feel like I can ask Bob anything with anyone I interview. So I've done my part as a journalist, as given the information as who these people are. But we're too afraid. We're too afraid because you view them as a person You just said as a position of authority. I think the whole system is racist towards black fighters. And if the conversation with Bob and I go there, we gonna go that way with the conversation. I should be interviewing him this weekend. And I don't look at him like, man, you're a racist. My job is I gotta give these fighters the information. You want to yell and curse at a guy because he's racist? The emotional black people agenda is not the tangible black person's agenda. It's not. The emotional black agenda is not going to get us anywhere. You know, people who are getting information, who are they? Like, I don't understand how you can sit and listen to every rap song and then call a man who works hard, plays hard, and may say one. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about a man. I'm talking about a man like a simple man, like who just works, plays hard, and he's a Republican. But you listen to rap music every day. Make it make sense. So I got someone want to be in. Hold on. Me and Malcolm aren't the same person. You trying to backhand insult me. Good try though. What's up, Illicit? What's up?
Fred,
Excuse me,
I
Mr.
got a
Anderson.
couple.
Mr. Anderson.
Right. I got a couple of things I want to say. First of all, I appreciate. Can you hear me clearly, bro?
Yeah, we good.
Okay, I want to say I appreciate you because I don't expect you to do nothing else. I expect you to extract information because that's what I come to your page for. Now, as far as the Rick Glazer to my man, everything boxing and sports. I'm not sure if you watched Fred's whole show, but I did pull up. I pulled up, and
Yeah, I watched the whole show.
Okay, so I addressed Rick, and when I spoke on Rick and his wife, because I really wanted to keep it where it was at, but when I spoke on Rick and his wife, I know black people. I know my black women. She came to his aid, and I respect her. I love her. I respect her. But that's what happened. That's what happened because he had a lot of authority. Fred, you talked about the idea of racism's sacrificing authority to another, and that's not what it is. Not with the children that you guys have birthed. You know, I'm from the '90s, so we see it and we address it. I saw it. I saw some things, and I wanted to address it. I'll let you extract the information. I'll address it. I want to find out. Every time I turned around, he was cutting somebody off on this platform. He might be bought into the same the racial infrastructure that you're talking about. Maybe he don't know it, but he's too old. He represents the old model, and that's where I wanted to stay with it, you know, Fred, because he don't speak the same language you do. He's still trying to make it seem like the boxers need the promoters. They really don't. Everything's digital. Everything's digital. You see what Jake Paul's doing? Sure, he's with Triller, but I mean, you can do it. You can self-finance it. And I believe that's what you're talking about. Breaking through the confines of the old infrastructure because it no longer applies in 2022. And when he speaks, he just sounds like Motown Records, you know? Niggas trying to steal people's royalties.
Yeah, don't forget to go to Keon's page, man. There it is up there, man.
That's all I wanted to say, though, Fred. I appreciate you giving everybody an opportunity to speak on the barbershop.
Oh, it's easy. And if I'm doing an interview and y'all think I'm missing a point, I'm telling y'all, every interview I do tons of notes. Tons of notes. These are my notes because I'm interviewing Bob Arum tomorrow. I've already got the notes started for tomorrow. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, like I don't know everything, but I do my best in my head to formulate a game plan to extrapolate the information that will best benefit this community. And guess and guess what the most beautiful thing about it is? Y'all get to beam in, call in, super chat. The only show in the world where y'all get to literally converse with the person you say is a racist or is the greatest fighter in the world or is needs to be kinder. Y'all get to beam in. It ain't no you got to pay $5 to ask a question. Nah, you get the. So I think that it's important that
I don't want to get you in trouble, Fred.
I'm never in trouble. Listen, I always say, man, listen, I'm gonna sit back and just let it. He's a grown man. If he say he has enough, I'm gonna hang up on you. But that's it.
Right.
But I'm just gonna sit here and be like, I'm just gonna sit here. So, but yeah.
Yeah, shout out to. I mean, I don't think everything is. I don't know, man. I'm on alert. I appreciate you, the things that you did, even with you holding De La Hoya accountable. And I think you should start embracing the people who do hear you. You know, the people who do hear you. You know what I'm saying? Because I appreciated that. Granted, I found you later on. I didn't see it live, but
yeah, yep.
You know, if you go to my page, Juneteenth is the highlight. So that's what I'm about, you know.
Oh yeah,
I appreciate you, Fred.
Oh, all the time, dog. Kyle is in the building. Yeah, peace. Am I keeping you too long, Keon, or you good?
No, I'm good.
That nigga,
okay. And we got Deacon after you get your intro and do what you need to say. We got Deacon coming in, but get.
Okay, what's up with the player, man?
What's happening with it, Kyle? What's happening with it, man?
I guess.
Hey, shout out to you for buying the film and shit like that, man. I appreciate you, my brother.
Oh, you already know, man. Say less.
Hey, did you get to watch it yet, or you didn't get to see it yet?
Nah, I ain't watched it yet. I still got it. Well, you already know I'm gonna watch it. I just been busy lately, man. I ain't got to really just lay down and watch it. I'm probably gonna try to get it in tonight.
Yeah, man. I ain't got that much time to mind my work, man. I'm back to filming February and March. Man, we got some. So I got Mama's Boy. We got Rice. We got Lonnie B. So now I gotta hunt down Buster Douglas and Emmanuel Augustus. I think that'll be done. If I can't get them, then I'm straight. But and then we got Rick. I got Rick Glazer part of it because that nigga got the numbers and shit, the economics part of B-side fighters and shit like that. He can break everything down. Huh?
And he got the numbers.
You say we got everybody. Oh yeah, okay. So Fred got me like you always do. You know what I'm saying?
So call him and ask for the people you need and see if you can touch them.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. Yeah, for sure. That's what we got to. Because if I get them two dudes, because they like the epitome of like what we going for. Because like Buster Douglas, he was not supposed to win that fight at all. You know what I'm saying? And just to break down the contracts and shit like that, it's gonna be dope.
Yeah, Buster Douglas. That'll be dope.
Yeah, I like that concept. That's a great concept. We got Deacon coming in. What's up, Deacon?
What's good, family? Too blessed to be stressed and highly favored. What's good?
What's going on, Dick?
Hey, man, one day at a time, trying to stay out the way of COVID. You feel me? I done got a little too, but Fred, seriously, brother, I did not know you was going through that, man.
Oh, man, worry about me.
Yeah, I would have addressed it first. I would have addressed that first last night.
No one cares, Deacon.
Yeah, no, I do because
I appreciate you caring. Thank you. I feel better. I feel real.
I don't wish that on nobody. Fred says no big deal. That means let's move on.
Okay.
Yeah, but I want to speak for for the emotional Negro, as you so eloquently put it a moment ago.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Okay. Yeah.
I wasn't even
won't.
speaking as it pertains to you, but I was thinking in
No.
terms.
No.
Okay.
I'm not taking
I
it
wasn't even
personal.
thinking of you. Okay.
No.
Thank God.
Trust me. No. I'm not taking anything personal or felt like you was taking any jabs.
Okay.
I think for when listening to you for as long as I think, truthfully, as of now, I think I am the longest reigning viewer on the show at this point. That's left.
That's left. Well, we go.
No, you get my point. Out of all the originals, right? I think I'm one of the longest ones still here. I could be wrong. Am I wrong?
I mean,
You're wrong.
No, he's
Okay.
right. Man, listen, the customer is always right, man.
No, if I'm wrong, go ahead.
Deacon, no one wants to have a debate whether you were here first or not. I mean, come on. Yes, you're first.
No. See, there you go.
Yeah,
there you.
Hey, Fred. The first shall be last, and the last shall be first.
Yeah, that's like me. That's like me debating with my kids about something. So that means nothing. Who drinks the water first? You won, son.
Guess what?
You won, son.
I'll take that fold up, balled up, bent up beer can side to head if you want me to. That's cool. Now let's keep it moving. Right. Now, like I was saying, I'm going to speak for that emotional Negro.
Sure.
Yes, we are full of emotions. Okay. And I believe that the emotions come before any tangible situation that will thrust us forward. Because if you are not emotionally attached to anything that you want to help move your people forward, if you're not truly emotionally attached, then you could be a hollow person on our team that really may not give a damn. We want someone who is emotional and emotionally attached to a situation that can help thrust us forward. That's number one. So I love my emotional brothers and sisters because that passion have got us where we are today. Not the scared, quiet Negro that sits in the corner and say, well, I'm going to do this. And that's fine. You can do all these things. But at the end of the day, is there a hidden agenda? Because I want to know that someone is emotionally attached and have the same vigor and the same bite that I have for a situation that I believe in that's going to help thrust us forward. But if I don't see that fight in you, it's hard for us as a whole to believe in someone who looks weak and not up for the challenge. Because a person, if they're not driven emotionally to do something, I'm not saying that they won't do it. It's not, I'm saying I could see you. You could draw more of us in. It's like a loud color in a crowd that can be, you can see it faster, clearer, you understand it.
Right.
But if you don't have that, even if your intentions are good, even if that work ethic is really there, right? But if people don't believe in you, they can miss that blessing because the drive is not there to push and motivate your people, and they can see that, and that can rub off on them and say, we got us one. See, our people need somebody that we can believe in, right? And I'm not saying that we need a hero. I'm not saying that because I believe we are all heroes. Because I believe that Kyle is a hero in his house. When his babies look in his eyes, they see the hero. When his wife looks in his eyes, she sees her hero.
No, she don't fuck with me like that.
I'm saying, well, whatever the case is, brother, my point is the same. My point is the same. And what I'm saying is, we go back to last night to Brother Everything Boxing. I don't believe that people came on the show and allowed this guy to slide out the back door without being challenged.
I said, if you listen to what I said, I said,
I thought I heard what you said,
when
but go
it
ahead.
when it came to that certain subject,
right?
Not overall, but when it came to that certain subject, when he tried to pretend like that the NBF, the No Black Fighter Board, was, you know, top ranked signing black fighters or not signing black fighters.
Okay, did you hear me talk? Did you hear me speak with him last night?
Yeah, I did hear you speak with him.
Did I let him slide out the back door, or did I challenge him on it?
Not. You didn't explain to him. You didn't.
I thought I did.
I did hear you. You didn't explain to him what the No Black Fighter, the NBF board was. No, you didn't. So he he slid out. He slid out with, you know, well, they signed all black fighters. Look at all the black fighters they signed. Look at all the black fighters that they signed coming out of the Olympics and this and that. Yeah. Nobody explained to him, no, this is what it is. Now, what do you got to say about that?
Now I know listening to you, brother, you didn't listen to me.
I did listen to you.
You probably heard me, but you didn't listen.
No, I listened to you. If we play it back right now, I guarantee you didn't explain to him what it was.
Did I not explain this to this man or not?
Man, I about your comment, I just remembered the Deontay Wilder segment. I don't remember
that
play it back, Fred.
That part was a little more fiery.
The first time he came on, though, something happened to where we started to like break him down with that, and then I think either a super chat or a B-man happened, and we lost the momentum on it. But we was finna go straight into it because we didn't get to really dive into it because something happened to where we couldn't dive into it. I can't remember exactly what it was. His phone might have even was about to die or some shit. I can't remember, but it was a reason why we did because Fred the one that brought it up.
Right. Okay. But I know what you're talking about, but that didn't happen with me. I explained it clearly to this man. I say, we're not saying, sir, I think you missed the mark on what we was talking about. Yes, Bob Arum do hire black fighters. We're not, that's not what we're talking about here, sir. I say what we're talking about is Bob Arum, top rank, has blocked opportunities, right? He's blocked opportunities for Shakur Stevenson, for Terrence Crawford. And when you go to Canelo, the Charlo brother couldn't get a fight. Boo Boo Andre been chasing this man for years. I'm talking about champions. Okay, think about Valdez. What is his name? Is it Oscar Valdez? What is his name? Right. Okay, this man done been caught doping. Not only did he keep his title, brother. Not only did he keep his title, he was still able to avoid Shakur Stevenson, right? Not only that, right? This man have always ran just like Canelo, running from weight division to weight division to escape their mandatory black fighter. And this has been allowed at Top Rank. That's what it means by no black fighters. Bob Arum came on this show and said, he posed the question to somebody. If you go anywhere in America and ask a white boy to throw a jab, he couldn't break wind. But you can go anywhere in America and ask a black boy, a young man, to throw a jab, he'll throw it correctly every time. And that is why we have to stay away from these natural-born, skillful fighters, because our fighters going to lose to them every time. Now, I explained this to him. Go ahead. I didn't go into depth like I wanted to because I understood that there was a line, and I didn't want to, because you know I'm pretty long-winded, and I didn't want to hog up too much of the time, but I definitely wanted to get my point across. And he understood where I was coming from, even though he didn't agree with what I was saying. He don't have to. Just like you said earlier, he got this throwback mind of a Motown type mindset, right? You know, they stuck in their ways. They say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. That's what he represents. And I said, what you do, sir, is you throw a rock and hide your hand. You say, yeah, because Shakur Stevenson is a good fighter. No, he's a great fighter, right? But he don't sell. The money wasn't there. Listen, let me tell you something. And I wish I could have went further, but like I said, time. When I said that Devin Haney make more money and just as popular, more popular than the Lomachenko, think about the arenas that Shakur, there's more attendance. These fighters, think about Tyson Fury. If he's not fighting Deontay Wilder, this man don't sell. They got to give away tickets. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the man had less than 6,000 when he fought the fight before he fought Deontay Wilder. So how are these people bigger stars? They're not bigger stars. The only time people coming out to really watch these fighters when they fighting black, once we do get the opportunity to get a black fighter in the ring, yes, it's going to be worth the buy. Yes, people are going to clamor for it because that black fighter is something to watch. And that's what they did not want that black man on top. He done been there too long, and they be damned. That's why Mark Kriegel can get on ESPN and talk down on black fighters, talking about they got to play the villain. Why white men don't have to play the villain? Why Mexicans don't have to play the villain? Why any other ethnicity don't have to play the villain? Always the black man got to be the boogeyman. Why we got to be the damn boogeyman? So when people see us, they see thugs, they see gangsters, drug dealers, robbers, nothing positive. When you look at the young, especially these young fighters coming up today, if they're not college educated, they got a high school diploma. They got something going on. They're not idiots. See, when you think about boxing from the beginning, boxing was always a poor man and an illiterate man's sport. Somebody who didn't really have skills to do nothing but fight. The game has changed, man. People coming in with college degrees, high school diplomas, whatever. And people got real estate businesses, you name it. These fighters are smart these days. They're not idiots, but we're being allowed to allow the media to treat them like if they were idiots. And then they treat us, the black audience, like we're idiots supposed to eat it. Because they run the media. This is what it is. See, this thing go full circle, bro. And I'm gonna sum it up like this: when a young white blonde blue-eyed girl go missing, the world shut down. I forgot the city. I'll get it next time I come on. Last year, 17 young black girls went missing, was killed, murdered. Nobody was talking about this in the media. Why? Because you know who controls the media. When you talk about racism, you talk about people who are in power, who can control the destiny of a group of people. Black folks do not have that type of power. So we are up under that system, whether it be boxing or at the bank, wherever. We're up under a system of oppression headed by racist people. And in most instances, even if the person that you're standing in front of is not a racist because he truly don't hold the power, I'm not going to say he has racist tendencies or a racist epithets, whatever. I'm going to say that he's a prejudiced man. He's prejudiced towards a certain group of people because his prejudice will not allow him to see you as his equal. You are less than him. Even the poor white man thinks this way. He is not racist, the poor white man, because he has no power. Sorry to let them down on that. You ain't no racist. I'm not going to give you that satisfaction to call you a racist because you don't have no power. But you are prejudiced towards me and my people. Now, I'll give y'all a chance to respond to that.
To which part?
All of it. All of it. Slick mouth. Slick mouth. All
Dick,
of it.
I love you,
mouth.
man, but God
I
damn.
love you too.
That was a lot, man. That was a lot to digest, my
That's
boy.
right. Because I
mean,
am
I can dig it. I could dig it. I hear what you're saying. I could dig it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I could dig it.
I'm a
Hey,
hell of a
Deacon,
lot.
I appreciate that article you sent me the
would-
other day too.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. I'm gonna keep love for you. And I'd be damned if we're gonna walk around keeping our foots on a nigga's neck. I despise that word. Because when you go look up the history of folks who was saying that to our people, I'd be damned if you will continue to say, I'm gonna keep my foot on these niggas' neck. Really? Really? Come on, man. We got to get better than that. These folks sat back
It could
laughing
be
at
a
us,
white
man.
nigga, a black nigga, a
See what I'm
Mexican
saying?
nigga.
We always
You know what I'm
making
saying?
excuses
There's all type of
for the
niggas,
ill
man.
shit. We always
Don't think
make
you're talking about a
excuses
black
for the
person
ill
when I
shit.
say keep your foot on these niggas' necks. It's all type of niggas out there.
Really? All I'm saying to you, brother, we got to get better than that because the train of thought is serious. When we say something over and over and over again and repeat it, that's who we begin to believe that we are. Nothing less than a bunch of niggas with foots on our necks. So that's what we want to throw out there. Although your heart, I don't believe your heart means any harm, but it causes harm. Even though you don't mean it to cause harm, brother, it causes harm. We're already fighting too many battles than have our own brother's foot on our neck. When we don't value each other, guess what, brother? It's so easy for us to walk up to each other and blow each other's brains out because we don't value each other. We don't give two fucks about each other. It's so easy. And you know what's going on today? A bunch of cowards with guns out here killing each other. You know what's going to happen? When they go to jail or prison, they're going to be lost in the sauce. You know why? Because they never got a chance to put up two knuckles, two fists, and ball them up and make fists and learn how to fight without a gun. These are cowards walking around in skinny jeans with guns, and they're the baddest cats on the block with a gun. Without that gun, they're nothing less than young punks. And you wonder why you can't get an opportunity out here killing your brothers and killing innocent babies. They ain't got nothing to do with nothing. If you got a problem with a man, you go get him. The hell, you just willy-nilly shooting everybody and killing innocent bystanders ain't got nothing to do with your problem. You was a coward for that. You too scared to even go close to the man to deal with him. So you gonna spray the crowd. That further proves you was a coward. Learn how to fight. See, no matter what they said about me, we all done had a gun in our hand. Yeah, true enough. But one thing about me, I never violated my brothers and sisters, bro. I never went at nobody that didn't come at me or deserve me going at them. And I never went out there willy-nilly. I always went and got my man. Allegedly. But you get my point.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, man. You
get my point.
No statutes of limitations. It ain't
one thing about it, bro. One thing about it. I got a history. If I don't say nothing good, I keep my mouth closed. I'm not gonna never say nothing to tear my people down. When I say I love my people, I mean that. I live by that. And I'm always trying to elevate the consciousness of the black man and woman to wake you up from a dead level of thinking to a living level of thinking. We'll walk around dead zombies. Walking around mentally zombies out here. We're zombies because your mind hasn't been resurrected. That's why it's so easy for us to blast on each other. You don't have the original OGs in the hood that's gonna try to uplift the young youth and try and give them game. No, they're gonna try to give them dope and a gun, a way and a key to the chain gang of the graveyard. What the hell is going on here, man? What's going on here? We got to get out of this mindset of tearing each other down because practice behavior is trained behavior, and then you react towards your training. You are training to kill one another on a daily basis. And man, listen, bro, allegedly, I've seen cats do this and walk right back around you, fire up a joint like they just left home out of the bed with blood all over their hands. Like it ain't nothing. You feel what I'm saying? Come on, man. We have become our own worst enemy.
Deacon, I'm gonna try my best not to say the word nigga and keeping our foot on their necks. I got you.
Hey man, that's why I love you, man. Because one thing about it, we're never above reproach. We're never above being corrected, changing. None of us. But when we have one that refused to hear anything, change, a situation that may not be good for us and just stuck in it, those are the people who we should separate ourselves from. Because those are the people who are tearing our neighborhoods down, tearing down our kids. Because our kids truly are our future. They are the ones who are going to carry the torch. But if we handing them rather a torch, we handing them a sawed off, you know what I'm saying? Assault rifles and dope. And this is the torch that we passing. This is what we passing to the next generation. Allegedly, as long as I was out there in them streets doing my thing, I never passed that on to the youth. Man, I promise you, I put this on my life, man. And I can send something to you, Fred, and show you. It's a young cat, man. Just one of the testimonies. I got so many, hundreds of jits done came up under things that I said, done changed their lives. People are, man, done moved off to Atlanta, New York, all different places, doing well. And they reaching back out and thanking me. But not to put myself on. I say, bro, it was never about me. It was about my love for you, but never personally about me. No accolades for me, because I'll always tell you, to God be the glory. God gets the glory and he gives us the victory. But we have to work for it. Prayer without works is what? Dead. We have to stay on the right path, because there's a new and next generation who depending on us to give them the proper guidance and information. All right, I know it's time to go. Hey, man.
Hey, Deacon, man. Real talk, all jokes aside, I love the message. I love the message you giving. I love it. But you could never say grace at no dinner of mine. If I'm hungry, I'll be then starved.
Boy, you shout out. That was a good one. Hey, hey, man, I appreciate y'all, man. Love y'all, bro. All right. Yes, sir. One.
Old saying, if you only tough with a gun, then you don't need one. Boom.
All right.
What's up, E?
Hey, what's going on with you, man? Man,
hey, you ain't do the entrance, man. What's wrong with you?
Oh man, I'm good, man. I about to lay it down. My daughter, she walked through here and she was like, "Daddy, are you listening to church? Is that a pastor?" I said, "No, sweetheart. That's my brother Deacon 305." I salute to my brother, man. What's up, everything boxing? How you doing, brother? Oh, he got his mic. Is he muted?
Ah, my bad. Yeah, man, I'm good. How you doing tonight?
I'm good, brother. I'm good.
You ain't cooking up nothing tonight?
Man, no, not tonight, man. Fred, I sent you that video, man. Did you watch it?
Man, did I watch it? Come on, man. Don't you know Fred is always on time, dog? I had this cued, man. I told you. Man, all right, we gonna debut. Hey, this is our show, man. We do what we want, man. We go from racism to the kitchen real quick, man.
Hey, Fred, take us all off.
Huh?
Take us all off.
Yeah, for sure. All right, we gonna watch it, dog. We gonna watch it. Come on, E. Don't you ever doubt me, man. Come on, man. Did I have it? All right, here we
All right, kicking with the champ. We're making a Parmesan pasta with shrimp and carrots, broccoli, and we're also going to do have some butterfly tail shrimp along with that. Preparation is key. The best way to thaw your shrimp, because they come frozen, you want to thaw them in actually cold water. So you see how important that is, it being thawed in cold water. All right. They will not be cooked with the tails on. Take the tails off. Okay. And then you prepare them that way. So make sure you take that tail off. Okay. Also, you want your water boiling and your shrimp and your pasta ready to go. All right. Preparation is key because you want to keep everything in order so that you can get to everything really easy. Okay, very cool, really quick. All right, so my water has been boiling at this point. We're ready to go with the pasta. Now I use a wheat pasta. It's actually better for you than regular pasta, and you can't taste the difference. Trust me. Break my pasta is I like to use avocado oil, and I put that in my water. It keeps your noodles separated. And most people don't cook with avocado oil, but I like to cook with avocado oil because I read in an article that avocado oil does not become volatile at high temperatures. A lot of cooking oils, they become volatile, and they're, from what I understand, they're cancer-causing agents in these other cooking oils when they become volatile. But avocado oil does not do that. Okay. Another thing that I do is I put a little bit of seasoning salt in with my pasta. That helps to tenderize it quicker. Okay. So top on it. And now it's my noodles are gonna soften up here. With movie magic, they're gonna be done in no time. Okay. Also, all right, we're gonna go ahead and rinse off our carrots and broccoli. Rinse those off. Okay. Okay, and I'll put those in our steamer. All right, turn that on. They're ready to go. Okay, give those time. All right, we're back. Okay, once your noodles are done, you want to drain them. Okay, you want to put a little bit of Cavendish. Cavendish makes some of the best seasoning that you can get. It comes in the blue can or the yellow can. The blue can is the salt-free Cavendish, and the yellow can is Cavendish with salt in it. That one's salt-free, so I use a little bit of seasoning salt, not much, just a little bit. Okay. All right. I just swirl it around in there. Okay. Your broccoli and your carrots are already done. Okay. They've been steamed and seasoned. Okay, and they're ready to go into your Parmesan sauce. All right, now let's turn here to your sauce. Also, what I've done I'm going to add mushrooms with this. Okay, now you can buy your mushrooms full, whole mushroom and cut it, or you can buy the mushrooms already cut. Okay, again, this is about preparation time and putting this meal together for your lady. Quality meal, but putting it together fast, but also giving her quality meal. All right. Now, these are going to cook down, so you're going to have some shrinkage, as you can see. This is what they looked like before I cooked them down. All right. What I did was I used a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, Heinz, and make a good Worcestershire sauce, and I cook with butter, not margarine, butter, and just and saute that down. Also, again, when we're telling you about the avocado oil, I spray that down with that. Now, for measuring, you can get these at Dollar General, Family Dollar, and they come like this, and you'll be using these as we cook more. You'll be using those. I eyeball a lot of stuff, so I don't really use them a lot, but I know everyone can do that. Okay, now we have the Parmesan sauce. What I've done is giving it a little bit of color with parsley. Okay, and I'll put a little parsley in there, and you see how that gives that little color. And then I go ahead and just add my mushrooms to it. Notice how I've already seasoned my shrimp. They're ready to go. Also, I put parsley on, just give them a little color. A little bit of seasoning salt, Cavender's also. And also, you want to put a little bit of Worcestershire sauce in here. And this is just for ultimate flavoring when they cook. Okay, again, the shrimp are already done, so you really don't want them to cook too long because then they'd be hard. So you don't really want them to cook too long. Okay. Once you're done seasoning, you're gonna let this. You're gonna let your sauce begin to get a slight boil. All right, and we done, baby. All right, you see how the final result is? Everything is in the Parmesan sauce. All right, and all right.
That sounds really good.
Really good. All right. This is one of my easy, quick meals: shrimp Parmesan pasta with carrots and broccoli and butterfly tail shrimp. All right, so this is a quick meal that you can do for your lady, and trust me, she's gonna love you for it. All right, and you've been cooking with the champ, and I'll see you next week.
Cooking with the champ.
Yeah, I see you. I see you.
Hey, how
Good
much
stuff, man. Good stuff.
Yeah. You didn't tell us how much all the food would cost and stuff.
It's not. I mean, it's not. You can get stuff pretty cheap, man. It's not too expensive. You know, it's not too expensive, man. Appreciate that, Fred. That's love right there, man. Most definitely, man.
No,
Now, how much did you pay your daughter to to do this shit?
he actually, she didn't. Hey, she took one bite. It's good. It's good. He didn't tell you got 3 dogs running around here. This week he got 2. So
Shout out to Jay Jones, man. Shout out to Jay Jones, man. He gave us a goddamn chef.
Oh man.
Hey, listen. The only thing I'm mad about is you supposed to make chili for your first go around. It's supposed to be chili, bro.
Oh, but you know what? It's cold here, so that's coming. That's coming.
Yeah, man.
Because it's cold. I was just talking to my daughter about that chili last night because it's gonna be like 17 in the morning, man. So
17 degrees?
Yeah, it's pretty cold here right now.
Oh shit, boy.
Yeah, it's pretty cold here right now. You know, but yeah, I just I jumped in, man. I didn't catch the beginning of the show. You good, Fred? I heard Deacon mention something about you were going through something. Everything good?
Yeah, everything good.
Okay, cool.
He always downplaying shit, man. You can't ask Fred shit, man.
Yeah.
Hey, the nigga Fred can get his leg amputated tomorrow. You never know.
You never know.
What I'm saying? Nigga act like he, you know what I mean? You all right, Fred? Well, you know, shit. A lot of people ain't got legs. That's Fred. That's.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a Caribbean Bowl, man, and I'll send that one to you. Let's check it out. That was one of my best.
Use my song if you want, so we don't get copyright.
Oh, okay.
Use my song. Yeah, I'll send it to you.
That's what's up. Okay, cool. Send that to me.
I will.
Okay. Yeah, do that. I'm gonna talk to my man about charting that flight with you if you're serious about coming.
Yeah, I'm serious. Yeah, I do want to come up for a day.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Really do.
Okay, cool. I'll talk to him about that.
To your daughter.
Okay, that'll work. Man, I don't know what we're talking about tonight. I'm gonna just change gears a little bit. This cat that you got, what's his name? Glacier. That dude is a bullshit artist, man. I don't like that cat. He reminds me of what's his name? Michael Rappaport, think just because he has a black wife, you know, that all that old yo word to the mother type bullshit. You know, thinks because he has a black wife that, you know, that he can relate and talk and say anything. You know, he remember that, and that's the vibe that I get from this cat. You know, I was very and I didn't get a chance to mention it to him last night because I was so upset with the line that he was doing. I didn't get a chance to mention to how disrespectful I thought that was when he was saying he eat black eyed peas and cornbread. You know what I'm saying? That and I put that in the same category of Joe Biden saying if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. You know what I'm saying? I put it in the same category. That's how disrespectful I thought it was. And I noticed you didn't even know how to answer that shit. That caught you like you was like, I guess you regular. You know?
No, I don't eat black eyed. I don't eat black eyed peas. Yeah, so I don't know. I can't. But yeah, I was like,
right, because the shit just came out of nowhere. You know?
Yeah, I rolled. Yeah,
man. You know, but dude is foul, man. He acts like that. You know, nobody was around when all this shit was going on. You know, and don't remember how shit was when Floyd was with Bob Arum. Floyd was talking about getting away from Bob Arum for a while before he finally did that. You know what I'm saying? Because of the shit that was going on and the money that Bob Arum was taking from him. You know, I put it to what's the brother Leon Muhammad.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He knows that Bob Arum is a snake, and so knowing that, he knows how to deal with him. You know what I'm saying? You know what you get. You know, this cat, you know, is a bullshit artist, and he's trying to act like, you know, he's not. You know, and he's trying to tell you these things aren't going on in boxing when they are, and has been like that for centuries. You know, you know what I'm saying? So, he's I just don't like the vibe I get from dude, man. Not at all. And what everything boxing was saying about the NBF list, man. Had I thought about that, I would have definitely. And I was, you know, I didn't. It didn't come to mind, but had I thought about that, I would have definitely, you know. And the thing is that you don't have to explain, you know, anything to him. He knows. You know, he knows. You ain't got to explain shit to him. You know, and I know, you know, Fred, you know the controversy. You let motherfuckers say what they say, and that whole thing. You like the controversy. It's just a show to you. I get it. You know,
No,
and
it's not just a show to me. No, I don't see it in that eye. But I get what you're saying, though. Continue. I'm sorry.
You know, and the thing is, you know, when I come in here, I like to have fun. You know what I'm saying? You know, I kind of have that same mindset. You know, don't take shit serious. You know what I'm saying? Just come on here and have fun. You know, it's entertainment. You know what I'm saying? But the vibe that I get from that dude, man, and when he said that shit, I just put that on the same level as Biden with that. If you don't vote for me, you're not black bullshit. You know, and I didn't like the shit he said about Clarissa Shields, although she don't mess with us, but that's still our sister. You know, I didn't like that. I didn't like that as well. You know, but you know, it's all good, man. You know, it's all good. I don't like being out of character. You know, I like to come on here and have fun, but it's all good. It's all good. You know. When you start filming again, Kyle?
February, March.
Okay. I'm looking forward, man, to your next film. Had you thought about? I know what I wanted to ask you, Fred. Had you reached out to Shannon Briggs?
I did.
You didn't get anything back?
Nothing. I have his number. I have a Texas number on it. Remember I told you?
Right.
Texas number. It's this bad. Yeah. I got a Texas number on him. I wrote it down.
Yeah, it would be cool, man, if we could get him on, man.
Anybody know Shannon Briggs, man? Hook us up.
Yeah, most definitely.
Blue Blood knows Shannon Briggs.
Okay, dope. Yeah, they
live in the
same.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh
Sure.
man,
know him personally.
We need to holler at Blue. I thought you was gonna bring Blue on, Fred.
Bring who on?
Blue. I thought you was gonna bring him on. Didn't you say you're gonna bring Blue on for a show?
Yeah. He's always welcome. Now we do shows at the same time now, so we'll figure that out. Well,
Yeah.
he's like an hour into hours, but yeah, we'll work it out for sure.
Cool. Okay. All right, man. Like I said, man, that was love, man. I'm gonna do a couple other videos and I'll send them to you. You
Yeah.
know, I'm really, my thing is to really put this show together, and I kind of want to, like an introduction where I can, where I can splice in, different scenes from dishes that I've made, and just kind of,
You can make whatever you want.
yeah. Okay.
Make sure you get your goddamn chef coat too, nigga. Don't come in here with no goddamn t-shirts, man. You Chef Boyardee now.
All right, my brothers, I'm good with y'all, man. I'm in the chat, man.
All right, salute to you.
All right, now salute.
Yeah. Peace. What's up?
Fred, what's going on, man? Appreciate you and
thanks for waiting.
Right on the panel.
Thanks for waiting, dog.
Nah, no problem at all, man. I know you got a busy show, so just appreciate you, man. Everything in boxing, man. Boy, you cooking tonight. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you at all, Kyle. Bro, I'm looking and I'm new to goddamn the barbershop, but Kyle, look at I definitely want to check some of your documentaries out and all that, bro. Like, I don't know where they posted at, anything like that, but drop a link or something like that so I can know where to find them. You know what I'm saying? So I can check
man. TheBoxingSession.com, but I'm gonna put the link in the chat.
Okay, that's a fact, bro. Facts. And I appreciate that, man. Just want to kind of jump on and talk about a little bit of what Rick Glacier was talking about last night. And y'all might be mad at my opinion on it, but I enjoyed Rick Glacier being on here. I enjoyed it because he brought some things that I definitely don't agree with. Let me say that first, but at the same time, it gave me a real good insight on what I like to call the boxing politicians. You know what I'm saying? It showed me what their insight is, what their mindset is. One thing that I noticed a lot of what he was talking about is how and I'm going to say accuse, even though I don't want to accuse him of anything, but I'm going to say he accuses us of confusing capitalism with racism, right? That was very interesting to me. The reason being is because you go back and you look at things like slavery. Slavery technically was because of capitalism. People were gathering slaves and enslaving people. It wasn't about it was about war, one thing, but it also was about money. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of what he was saying was we're confusing capitalism with racism. And the thing is it's so interesting how it's capitalistic, should I say, for you to have your fighters avoid black fighters. And everything boxing, one thing real quick, bro, like I do think that Deacon, he did kind of speak on explaining the NBF list as far as how Cameron Duncan explained it, saying it's not about necessarily Top Rank signing black fighters, but it's more about Top Rank protecting their fighters from black fighters, right? The thing is though, it's still, even then, he still went back to one thing. He went back, he said, you're confusing racism with business/capitalism, right? So I'm thinking, I'm listening to him, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, that's actually a valid point. I disagree, or I'm not even going to disagree. I think that the problem is when we talk about slick fighters, who are the slick fighters in boxing? They're black fighters. It's few and far between that you're going to name me a white fighter or Mexican, any other race that's a true slick fighter. You know what I mean? And slick boxing is what they want to go against, because if you are a slick fighter, what do they call you? They call you boring, right? But then the point that I would have brought up to him is when it's Lomachenko, who is a slick fighter, he uses angles, he uses movement, you know what I'm saying? He's the Matrix. And I just thought it was very interesting in how he categorized racism versus capitalism and protecting those fighters. I think that really brings out the point in what's going on in boxing now. Yeah. A lot of times they talk about the great Mexican warriors. The great Mexican warriors just stand in front of you and throw punches. You know what I'm saying? And one thing Floyd he brought out is the sport of boxing. What we always say, you want to swim without getting wet. You know what I'm saying? When you swimming without getting wet, all that's saying is that your defense is so superior to your opponent that you're able to touch him, but he can't touch you. You know what I mean? Which is what a slick fighter is, which is what most black fighters have started to become. And so I just wanted to hear y'all opinion on my thoughts on him comparing the slick fighter or capitalism, racism to capitalism, and then the slick fighter, which I would say would be mostly black fighters. What are y'all thoughts on that? And if I could, everything boxing, man, I want to hear your opinion first. No offense to Fred, no offense to Kyle, but I do, I ride with you. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to hear your opinion. I think we were on the panel the other day on knockout boxing together, but just want to hear.
Offense.
Go ahead.
No,
I mean, he's a slick talking Italian. He gonna try to go around it and outsmart you. That's his thing. And that's his way of trying to act like racism don't exist. I mean, another thing is he said that in his household, the conversation never comes up of race or racism, right? About racism. In his household, they never talk about that. They've never talked about that in his household at all, right? So
very hard to believe.
Well, the thing is, if you don't talk about it, it doesn't exist. You know what I'm saying? That's their way. If you don't talk about it, it doesn't exist. It's just like when black people bring up racism, right? In sports or anything, what's the first thing that white people or other races will say?
My best friend is black.
well, what they say is, you're playing the race card. They playing the race. Look, here he goes playing the race card. The race card. That's what they say, right? So they want you to not talk about it, right? Because if you talk about it, then you're playing the race card. That's what he was basically. So basically, going back to what he said in his household, we've never even talked about that. That's never been a conversation. Of course you haven't. Of course you haven't, because if you don't talk about it, it doesn't exist.
Facts.
So
go ahead.
And so with how he took us all around the block with the capitalism and all of that, man, that's just him. He's not going to sit up. He's not going to admit it, right? I mean, one thing I noticed about him, I'm not tripping on him, whatever, he's his own man, whatever, But one thing I did notice about him, it damn near hurt him to say positive thing about any black fighter. Like it was, the way he was talking about just the black fighters. He wasn't talking about Vasyl Lomachenko and Tyson Fury. It was a whole different energy when he talked about them than when he started talking about black fighters. Look how he was talking about Errol Spence and Wilder and Clarissa Shields. What do they all have in common? They all black fighters.
But can I stop you on that? And one thing, the reason I want to stop you, because I agree. One thing, what was so interesting to me when you brought up and talking about Fred, when Fred brought up Bob Arum, right? The man, the only thing he could say bad about Bob Arum is that I can't think of his name. George Foreman. He said, that was correct. He's not a saint, right? That's the worst thing he could say about Bob Arum. But the interview before the last one, if you listen to him, one thing he made very clear. First thing was, Bob Arum is much more of a businessman than what what's the hair? I can't call a name today.
Al Heyman.
No, not Al Heyman. Not Leonard Ellaby. Go old school with the hair. Don King. Bob Arum is a much better businessman. He runs a much better company than Don King does. I respect both of them. Don King brought me up. This is what Rick Glazier said. Don King brought me up, but Bob is a much better businessman. He runs a best better company. Then every time you brought up, especially Fred, you said it one. You said it yourself. You was like, okay, what about these three fighters not fighting themselves? You named three PBC fighters. He blamed Al Heyman. Then you said, well, I'm going to the other side of the street now to Top Rank. And what did you say? Well, those fights just didn't have money behind them. Hold on now. So when Al Heyman does it, Al Heyman is he's a bad promotional figure, whereas when Bob Arum does it, it's okay. And it just seemed like he's a shield for Bob Arum, and everything he starts to talk about more or less would denigrate the black man who he's or referencing, you know what I'm saying? And I just thought it was very interesting in the words that he chose, the way he picked his way through certain situations, the way he would stop you when you're going into certain situations and say, hold up, wait a minute. Well, you got to blame Bob Arum for that. Or, I mean, not Bob Arum, excuse me, Al Heyman for that. But he never stopped you and said, well, you got to blame Bob Arum for that. He would blame Al Heyman. He would blame Al Heyman, but he would never go and blame Bob Arum. You know what I mean? So I agree. You know, there is a big piece of racism that goes into the sport of boxing, but at the same time, how individuals have figured out a way to use capitalism to defend the racism that goes behind it. It's so interesting, and I'm one of the people, I love to dissect what people are saying. I love listening. One thing about Fred, man, and shout out to you, bro, because when you say, yeah, it's my job to ask, well, why do you feel this way? I love that question. Give me the whys and the information behind your thoughts of what you're saying, because a lot of people do things totally different from what you're saying, but I would love to hear why you're saying things that way. So that's all I wanted to bring to the program tonight, man. And I would appreciate if y'all could cook on that. I'm going to step off. Just, you know what I'm saying? Just wanted to kind of give my perspective of that interview. But hey, man, y'all, all three of y'all, man, y'all keep doing y'all thing, man. I appreciate all the content y'all are bringing, all the interviews, the documentaries, you know what I'm saying? Just the different thought processes that you fellas are bringing, man. Appreciate y'all. Salute to y'all. And shout out to Right Side, man. Right Side is out tonight. So, but love y'all, man.
Appreciate you, my dude.
All the time, dog. Kyle, you got anything?
Well, I mean, you know, I addressed the nigga plenty of times, you know what I mean, as far as the race shit goes. But you know, whenever a nigga keep telling you the same shit over and over again, ain't no point to argue with a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want us to keep arguing over the same shit over and over again. And they kept saying capitalism. I'm not gonna keep saying, oh no, it's racist, it's not, it's this, that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna keep arguing with a nigga about the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Hell, the only person I argue with like that is my wife. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna keep going back and forth about the same shit over and over again. Cause I told him, you know, see, if it ain't racist, nigga, it sure is some bias. You know what I'm saying? I said that for damn sure. And the thing about it is, to a point, it might seem like it is racist, but at the end of the day, shit, the black fighters are the best fighters. You know what I'm saying? So they don't want to risk the Mexicans against the black fighters. I mean, so he got a point. So it's really, I mean, you know what I mean? There's a point to be had. But what I say is there's racism in boxing for sure, because the nigga said he could basically call Terrence Crawford the $1 million slave. You know what I'm saying? He said he nigga should be happy. So, not forgot all about that shit, man. You know, it's easy to play Monday morning quarterback. You know what I'm saying? When you think about some shit. Damn, I could have said that, but you know, for me, it's like, nigga, he kept saying capitalism. He had a good point on why he was saying it. So it's hard to keep calling him motherfucker racist. You know what I'm saying? So, but racism does exist in boxing. That's for damn sure. We know that. But you know, it's hard to prove. You know what I'm saying? When a motherfucker give you a good answer as it pertains to the money. And Fred said this shit all the time. So follow the money. Follow the money. You know what I'm saying? You follow the money, you get your answer. And shit, they don't want to risk the Mexicans against the black fighters. So of course, they're not gonna fight them. But Oscar Valdez got to fight Shakur Stevenson now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy about that. And this is going to show you why they don't put the Mexicans against the black fighters early on.
Yeah. Asking a person, I got you next, Keem Herbo. Asking a person to admit that they are racist means you're asking them to live the rest of their life all by themselves. Who wants to be associated with a racist? You know what I mean? So they use systems, and that's why it's called systematic oppression. He admitted in so many words that he believes in systematic oppression, and I just simply use the word like business. That's the structure of business, right? Absolutely. Now you get it, Fred. Yes. Us, on the other end, call it systematic oppression because it's not illegal. Remember, racism was legal. I mean, slavery was legal. So guess what else is legal? Creating this plan in which we can create the rules and this sport called boxing. And I believe that they don't see it as racism. They don't see it as oppression. They see it as you have a role. You know, they don't see it as I'm oppressing a black guy. No, they see it as I'm going to exploit. I'm going to exploit what we created. They're going to exploit the Mexican fan base. They're going to exasperate the talent of the black guy when they need it. They want him to get old. They want him to be 35 and then fight the young 23-year Latino guy, and then he blows up into a megastar. That's what they want. So I think that I'm not I mean, I can see the like the buzzwords that he's saying. But that's also an answer. If he says something about Al Heyman about Gary Russell, oh, that's Al Heyman's fault. And then I give the same example on the other side of the street, and he doesn't blame the same person in which he blamed Gary Russell, then you have your answer. How much more? What more information do we need? This is not a court of public law. This is like a court of information. Do you want a white man to say, yes, I'm racist? Yes, systematic oppression benefits me. What more do you need? What more do you need? Because you're not changing him. He's 66, 67, and boxing works for him. He's not changing. Why would he change? I think, who cares who has the answers to the test? I don't care if it's the kid who smoked weed every day or the pretty girl that's going on course to be the valedictorian. I just want the answer. Many of us want to bicker and break them into saying, I'm a racist. Come on. The reality of it? Who's going to say that in 2022? It's not going to happen. But you can get your answer on how they feel and what they believe about life. No one wants to be labeled a racist. That's the kiss of death. A racist? That's oof. That's the kiss of death. You know what I mean? It's our fault at the end of the day anyway. I'm always gonna lean on we have the power. I'm always gonna lean on that. And let me get King Herbo in. What's up, King?
What up, Fred? How you doing?
We good, man. What you got?
Sure. I was saying, how you feel on the Gary Russell fight? I think that's
I was gonna talk about that.
that's
I was
looking
gonna
like
talk
a
about that before we got out here.
that's looking like an upset. I'm not gonna lie, and the reason why I say that is because Gary Russell had he know that's a tough fight. Due to his father being out, I hope that his father get through what he going through.
Yeah, he is.
He got his leg amputated, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's tough.
His foot. His foot.
Yeah, his foot. And that's gonna be tough. I know that's on his head. And you gotta think he lost a brother a year ago. So that's on his head every day. And also he don't got the training that he used to. So I mean that's gonna be tough, man. I'm praying for Gary, but I mean if you going out there to go bet, the right bet is to go bet on that Mexican or whatever he is. And on the racism thing, I don't think racism truly exists if fighters go do what Fraz said, what Fraz say in his videos. Devin Haney should have been fought Gary Russell. You gotta go chase the money at the end of the day. These fighters chasing the belts and letting these promoters do this shit to them, and that's these fighters' fault. At the end of the day, we can't feel bad because Terrence Crawford took the money. We can't feel bad for Terrence Crawford. We can't. And I mean, these fighters need to learn their lesson and honestly do what Fraz say. He giving you the answers. He giving you the answers at the end of the day. It's like us feeling bad for these rappers signing a 360 deal. You signed your soul away. We can't feel bad because you got money at the end of the day. You gotta do the best thing and promote yourself, man. Be your own man at the end of the day, and sacrifice everything, man. And that's all I gotta say.
Appreciate you. I'm gonna read this. One of your I'm not gonna tell you I was sent this to me. One of your favorite fighters just sent this to me. He says, "Tell your panel that they have structured this game to the point where black fighters can't get major paydays without fighting a non-black. They've set this thing up to the point that blacks has to fight 9 blacks to get paid." And he asked, "When was the last time you seen 2 black fighters in a mega fight?" And you know, it's an ugly game. And we linked on, let me get 817 in. We linked on Floyd Mayweather and Al Heyman. You know, don't forget, Gary Russell this Saturday. I'm very interested in this fight. Atlantic City, if you're in the Atlantic City area, go support and watch it on Showtime like me, you know. And well, I'm gonna watch it somehow. I mean, I don't know.
I wish they would have gave him. Why can't they just put his brother on the same card? Why can't they just do that?
Sounds too much like right.
I just don't. I don't get that, man.
What you just said about what the fighter sent you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Repeat that again. Repeat that again, real quick.
I'll read it to you exact word for word. Tell your panel that they have structured this game to the point where black fighters can't get major paydays without fighting a non-black. They've set this thing up to the point that blacks has to fight non-black fighters to get paid. When was the last time you seen 2 black fighters in a mega fight?
Okay, now Fred, remember what I said earlier about that. We have a black man that built his own company, right? Built his own company.
Right.
We have Al Heyman. So that's up to Al Heyman to or in his company to change that. But you know what they did, Fred? is they continue to go with that same model. Now, when they first came out, they tricked us.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? When they first came out, we all got behind them because they ran their company different than the rest of them ran their company, right? They
Mm-hmm.
catered to us.
Pulled
And
that wool.
we all got behind them. We was PVC, yeah, PVC, different. Soon as they lured us all in, what did they do? They
Fuck you.
changed and they started and he ran his company just like the white man do.
Mm.
Oh, they ain't gonna like you very much now, Keon. You done lost everybody now.
Oh man,
All
that's
right,
yeah.
that's the least of my
Yeah, you done
concerns.
lost everybody now.
We
There's on
just
your side,
became
but you lost them
twins.
now.
Yeah, how we got the same dad? He's nice skin, but yeah, and speaking of Blue Blood, he sent me the contact, champ. So Blue Blood, appreciate you supporting the show as
My
well.
my
Yeah,
man Ryan Jackson said that is not true. So we don't see pay-per-views with Errol Spence and then a pay-per-view full of nothing but Mexicans or whoever it may be. So I mean, what I see is very true.
man,
Maybe
it's
we just
true.
don't want to admit it.
Man, the co-main event for Luis Ortiz, Deontay Wilder was Leo Santa Cruz. Shit made no sense. Made no goddamn sense. Made no goddamn sense. You should have
Check this out. Check this out.
Mm-hmm.
We got to go back damn near 3 years to think about a great PBC card. Talk the shit you want about Rick Glacier. You know what I'm saying? Say what you want, but the nigga is telling the truth. They don't have good cards, bro. You know what I'm saying? They just don't, bro. Like, bro, let's keep it solid, man. The last good card we had was Errol Spence versus Sean Porter. That's the last one where everybody on the panel can name everybody that was on that card. You can't think of nobody else. You can't think. Go back. What was the last pay-per-view we had for the PBC? Was it Canelo Alvarez? You can't think about who was on that card. Who? Frank Sanchez or who else?
Frank Sanchez. Well, yeah, was he on? He was on the Wilder. Frank Sanchez. Well, yeah, because he was on another card.
All right,
I think he was just on this all heavyweight
let's bring
card.
up how bad that card was. And that was a mixture. That don't even count. That was a joint venture. That was a top rank card. So that technically wasn't a
top rank. They ones that actually put on the better fights. For the top rank fights was better. But see, I do agree with Rick Glazier when he said about the matchmakers at top rank, and you could clearly see it. Top rank, they overall events be way better than PBC's overall events. They just do. They matchmaking is a lot better. You know, even if some of these fighters on top rank you don't know, but when they pair the fighters up, they be exciting fights. I've been saying this for years, and niggas got mad at me because I was saying that top ranks fights, they events overall. When they put on the event, it's a lot better than the PBC events. The matchmaking, they do have, they do have some real good matchmakers knowing how to, match up exciting fights.
Yeah,
they do.
Speaking of infrastructure, your favorite fighters came back and said, tell them he, meaning Al, has 2 Hispanics running PBC.
He said what?
Tell them he has 2 Hispanics running PBC. This is your world championship fighter. Text me right now.
I can't. I'm deafer than a motherfucker, Fred.
I said, this is somebody's favorite fight. This is a world championship fighter texting me this right now. Tell them he has 2 Hispanics running PBC.
Oh, I know that. I said it.
You can tell.
And Samson.
You can tell.
Mm-hmm.
You can clearly tell.
Hey, Keon, check this out, bro. Think about this. Even that card, even the Errol Spence versus Sean Porter card, although it was a good fights on that card, guess what most of them niggas was? Mexicano, Mario Barrios, David Benavidez. You know what I mean? That was the co-main. You know what I'm saying? Like the first fight, the co-main. You know what I'm saying? Then the main event was Earl Spence, Sean Porter.
I mean, look at the Juneteenth cards. I mean,
Oh my God.
I mean, come
that was
on,
the
bro.
worst shit ever. You know, but the thing about it is, they say, "Hey, you guys can't say anything about the black people." You know what I mean? Y'all can't hold the black people accountable for what they've done. You can only talk about the white people not giving us the fights that we want. You can't talk about the PPC not giving us the fights that we want. You can't do that. And I'm like, nigga, hold the hell up now. I like to, for me personally, I like to look at my brother and say, okay, nigga, you owe me more than the white man up the street. Because you look like me. You know what I'm saying? When I walk down the street, I know you're not gonna be. It's when you look at me. You don't look at me as a threat automatically. They look at us as threats automatically. We walk down the street, the white lady clench your purse. You know what I mean? And so what I'm saying is, we gotta hold each other accountable, bro. You know, there's no way on earth they got Gary Russell carrying a car full of nobodies. It's like, dude, King Tug just lost his last fight against Chris Colbert. You gonna put him right back on, you know what I'm saying, on the card. The only undefeated fighter on the card, there is no undefeated fighter on the card, I don't think. But Gary Russell, the dude Gary Russell fighter, I think he undefeated. That's it. Nobody else is undefeated on the card.
No one speaks English but Gary.
That's the PBC for you, though. Now listen, there's a card in March that we all can't wait to see. Hell, this might get Fred to get off his ass and fly to New York to go see his family in the mist. You got Xander Zaire, Keyshawn Davis, and Edgar Berlanga. That's your co-main, your first fight co-main, and your main event. That's something to look forward to.
And we say Top Rank is racist. Well, shouldn't Bud have a home? Right? Shouldn't Bud have a home?
As soon as he left Top Rank, PBC should have gave him whatever he wanted. You know? And it's the thing. The mega fight is right in their hands. They don't want it.
That's what I don't fucking understand.
They don't want it.
That shit, it's right, man. Listen, I'm gonna tell you one thing. If I get to a club and the bitch is about to give me some pussy at 9:45, nigga, I'm not dancing till 1 o'clock in the morning. Hey, we going to the crib. I'll bring you back if you want to come back, but she ready right now. These motherfuckers are just gonna sit there and just devalue Bud. I want to get Bud.
Bud devalue himself.
Mm-hmm.
Nah. See, here you go. Here you go. 817. Now we giving you everything on a platter. You still want to knock this shit off the table? I'm
just keeping it a buck. I'm just keeping it a buck. I agree with what Fred was saying previously when it comes to Glazer. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, we got to stop expecting for anybody to come out and just admit to being racist. And, you know, again, sometimes you got to sit back. You know, I had to sit back. I was too hot. That's why I clicked off, because I was too hot to listen. You feel what I'm saying? And I want to apologize to you, Fred, and the rest of the chop, because I didn't want to make it like I didn't want to hold my feet to the fire, because that ain't me. Keith know that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know that. But I was too hot, and I was afraid of what I was going to say to him to keep going. But Fred did the right thing. When he asked him to expound on what he said with Clarissa Shields and just sat back, he basically gave him in and wrote the run with to hang himself. And he let us be the judge. And like I said, the following day after I slept on it, Fred's smart, he calculated. You know what I'm saying? And he really don't do nothing for show.
I got him to admit. I mean, I'm sitting there like, I'm like, You want me to go back? No. I mean, he got to admit, I don't like Carissa. She ain't nothing but a motherfucking ghetto bitch.
Right.
That's how I interpret it.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, we got the answer.
Right. But see, you know, what motherfuckers looking for is for him to say it in a literal sense, you know, and he ain't gonna never own that because motherfucker got to be seen in public. He got to walk around. He got to live too. But
he got a
you
black
know,
wife. He can't just come out and say,
fact.
"Bitch ain't shit." He can't say no shit like that.
Facts.
But I think you and Deacon 305, when it came to that, I think y'all held his, you know what I'm saying, feet to the fire. Y'all did, you know what I'm saying? Y'all let him know what should have been known, you know.
Oh yeah. By doing it the way that I did, and he walked right into it too. It made it obvious to everybody else. Because if his woman deserved that same respect, I don't care in his neighborhood or out, then every other woman deserved that same respect. You feel what I'm saying? And it was funny that he said that in my neighborhood it wouldn't even happen. You dig? So in your neighborhood, you feel like those men are solid enough to protect your wife, and she worthy enough to be protected, but Clarissa ain't worthy enough to be protected. Even though she's somebody's wife, she's somebody's daughter. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, he can say what he want to say, and then again too, I want to say this too, and I don't want to get away from it because I still want y'all to hold me accountable so I can explain myself. But I want to say this too. You know, you talk about how he blended capitalism and racism, and W. Rice was saying how it was interesting. Let me say something. Who constructed this capitalistic country and construct that we in? So who's had practice at it for 400 years to be able to articulate and explain it and revise it that we participate in? So, you know, I mean, it ain't hard for a motherfucker to talk slick and pull the wool over your eyes, like Keon said. You just got to be smart enough to realize what the motherfucker's saying. Like he used that phrase, and Fred was able to understand what he was saying when he used the phrase about the homosexual guy, but Kyle had no idea what he was saying. You see what I'm saying? That's something that they practice and that they're masters at. And what we have to do is educate ourselves and also understand. You know what I'm saying? Understand what we're dealing with. Therefore, we don't react in such a way. And that's why I'm saying I want to apologize to y'all about. That's what I got to get better at. And I appreciate guys like Fred setting that example. You feel what I'm saying? It's always and that's what I said last night on my little shit. Bro, it's always good for us to continue to grow. We can all be better and we can all get better. You know what I'm saying? But the shit that he's suing for is obvious. We all seen it. And our problem, and I'm gonna speak for me. My problem is we were saying it then. We were saying it then, and we were screaming for him then. It wasn't about a fan of one fighter or another fighter. It was about wrong and right. And you could tell that he was being wrong the entire time. But the fucked up thing about it was he was co-signing it and protecting it. So that's why I say, he didn't. It just ain't PBC devaluing him. He devalued himself and what he's bearing. They telling him in so many words in the media. Basically, they was strong arming and negotiating in the media. But basically, they was telling him, bro, that monopoly money, them accolades, that monopoly money, them numbers, bro. You in America, that's Canadian shit, bro. It ain't amounting to nothing. We don't want to disrespect you by telling you exactly what the fuck you worth. But what you're asking for, you ain't nobody finna just hand it to you because you fucked yourself off. That's just my opinion.
That's good. I feel you on that. In my opinion, that's one of the worst profile pictures I've ever seen in my life. You know what I'm saying? After that ass whooping y'all took, I don't know why you even got that on your damn screen.
Hey, y'all gonna be there next week, Kyle. You gonna be sitting watching just like we is next week.
Hey, listen.
You get out there and scrap enough, Kyle, somebody gonna put one on you. You feel me? But if you got out there, you're gonna get a whole lot
I
more
will say
respect.
this though. Nobody comes out and talks about like the racism shit until they disgruntled employees. Once niggas get disgruntled, then they start saying like, oh, they hiding them. They hiding this guy, that guy, except for Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson said it straight up, man.
Bro, you gotta look at it like this, bro. Okay. He protected Bob. He told us we was fools. He told us Bob was doing his best to get him to fight, and he was being difficult. I mean, he attacked the PBC. and Earl Spence and everybody around in that motherfucker. I mean, he passed up on fights and said Bob didn't provide him the fights. I mean, we've got tangible evidence, and again, it's because we live in the social media area. It's a little bit different. It's dangerous out here. There's cameras and shit. This shit recorded. We can see it. It's shit. We can go back and I mean, hell, you can go back and watch BFTB live and go back and see half the evidence. The only thing we ain't getting to see is Bob books and the contracts. But I'm just saying, y'all. He's culpable. He was complicit. It ain't no. I mean, he had to sign. He had to choose to say them things. He had to choose to do those things, and he had to choose to allow those people around him, including Bomac, to be able to persuade him. He devalued himself. What the market bears is what they always say. Fred, a businessman, you get what you can negotiate, right? Not what you worth.
You good?
So, this ain't no pick on Bud session or none of that. I'm just being honest, bro. You know what I'm saying? He did it to himself. And the fuck part about it is, while everybody was standing on their tippy toes yelling, saying, say, Bud, he doing you wrong. He doing you wrong. Like I said, I was in Vegas, man, the week of him in the Porter fight. Bro, they was promoting Chippendales at the hotel that he was fighting at. That shit was ridiculous. So, it was hard for me, Fred, to sit there and listen to him disrespect Clarissa like that. You know what I'm saying? In that way, when I know he got women that he love, care, and cherish and appreciate. You know what I'm saying? I know the man was old and all of that, but he didn't carry himself in the proper way. And when you put yourself in harm's way, and when you wrong, somebody line to straighten you up, and not in the way that you expect. And I think any man in here worth they salt. Any man in here worth they salt. I ain't gonna say we'll put hands on that man, but they would at least step forward and be a man in that situation and say something. Because that's no different than a man putting his hands on a woman. At that point, at that level, the ferocity and the velocity in which the words was coming at them, and they people. So it's two sides to every story, and the motherfucker exposed itself, man. You know what I'm saying? You choose to buy what you want to. Y'all want to believe all that shit. He got to tell the truth in some of that. He can't just sit up here and bald face lie about everything. But you can tell who he choose to protect and who he got a better view of. That's just me, bro. But I want to say that, Fred.
He already told y'all from the gate that he don't fuck with Al Heyman on some business shit, on some personal shit. So after that,
Didn't acknowledge him at dinner or something.
I thought it was about some money or something, right?
I think. No, it was about dinner.
I know Lou DiBella owed him $7,500. I know that for sure.
$2,500, and what's called owes him $7,500, right? Lou DiBella owes him like $2,500 or something like that, and Jerron and his manager owes him $7,500 or something like that.
Yeah, something happened with Al Heyman. It was all, I thought it was some business shit, some personal shit though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, more personal than money. He has he's coming back on the 31st with the Freeway Rick Ross. So there you go.
I just think when you think about Rick Glacier, it's like how you gonna, you know what I'm saying? Really, when you really think about it, you can't expect a man that's downright racially biased himself to admit that boxing is a racially biased, racially driven sport, right? He's not gonna admit that because he's racially biased himself. It's like punching a brick wall and then wondering why you broke your hand. You know what I'm saying? You can't. He's never gonna admit that because when you listen to him talk, he's very, very racially biased. Like, so he ain't gonna admit that it's going on in boxing.
I appreciate it, Fred. I just, you know what I'm saying? I
Oh,
want to
God.
come in and say that, bro. You know, Rick's still a piece of shit in my view. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's gonna change. But you know, he was an honest piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? He was honest about who he is, but you just had to sit back and be able to peep it. And I appreciate your ability to stomach it and be smart enough, you know what I'm saying, to allow people to display whoever they are and let us be the judge.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that because a lot of people give Fred a hard time for allowing niggas to talk. It's like, nigga, he's an interviewer. The motherfucker, he ain't come to argue and yell at the nigga. Like he trying to get information. You know what I mean? You don't want nigga to shut down in the midst of the interview and miss out on some great information.
And you got to be able to see. Here's the thing with us, you know what I'm saying? And I say this, you know, in my opinion, you know, the anger, the vitriol, the hurt, you know what I'm saying, for so many years of oppression and so many days of putting that mask on and going out to fight, you know what I'm saying, or feeling like you have to fight, or feeling like you have to protect who you are, what you like, how you move, what you eat, things of that nature, has built up like a residue. So when you sit at the table with one of you and you truly understand where the motherfucker heart is, you dig, no matter what they're able to say and how they're able to finesse it, you truly know where their heart lie. It's hard to hold that back. You know what I'm saying? Because you understand that this is part of what we've been facing systematically and I mean just in its entirety as a people, and not just us, you know, anyone who's been marginalized in that way. So that's where it comes from, and it takes a special breed to be able to understand that, and also sit down at the table and be able to delegate and allow them the room to speak what they believe they truths are as well, so we can finally get down to the bottom of it and judge shit properly. So I appreciate Fred for that, and we need to recognize that and salute him for that. Like I said, the barbershop provides us many things. We may not agree on all of them, but we have to understand and appreciate what the platform is here for, and other platforms such as like Keon and others. Real talk. I appreciate y'all.
Peace, King. Thank you.
Hey, real quick before you go, bro.
100.
After we beat the Green Bay Packers on Sunday, come Sunday night, Monday night, you're going to have a 49er logo in that picture of yours, my boy.
Kyle, put 100 on it.
What?
I got Green Bay. I said, I got Green Bay.
Oh, now let me see you want to bet some money, man. Hey, listen, man. I don't got enough money to put in escrow to be fucking with y'all today, man.
Man, you don't believe. You know they gonna get their ass beat.
Nah. That ain't it. That ain't it. I got a lot of bets out here right now.
Run back.
Okay,
run me back. Run me back my bet.
As a matter, you know what? This is what we'll do, Keon, my good friend. Cause you going to the Errol Spence fight, right?
Hell yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. So nigga, listen. When the Green Bay Packers get their ass beat on Saturday, right? We gonna go out to eat. So when we go to Dallas, we're gonna go to a nice expensive ass restaurant. You know what I'm saying?
All right, we can do that.
That's what we're gonna do.
We already know what
we're gonna link up. We linked up last time.
We'll feed your light skinned ass if you're lucky enough to get by, but I ain't worried about it, bro. Me and Key gonna eat good when you come down here.
Right, we gonna eat real good.
Take them to Fresco.
Yeah, come on down. I'm
a research. Hey, I'm a research the most expensive steakhouse. You know what I'm talking about? All right,
be careful what you wish for, my man. Because it's going down.
Frisco's.
Take that nigga.
He gonna be working 20-hour shifts when he goes home, boy.
I don't even want to be able to read the menu.
Yeah, we're gonna treat you like a cowboy rookie or something.
Where is it, nigga? This ain't French class, nigga. What you want? We.
Oh yeah,
Hey, get your
I
ass
want
out
some
of
of that
here,
too.
man.
I want
Bring
some
this
of
nigga
that
out,
too. Light
Fred. About to
skin,
put a
come
song.
on. Light skin for the win. Come on, man. Say, man, hey, before I get out of here, hey, one time for you. 2 out Earl back. What y'all gonna do?
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Man, I enjoyed. I mean, I enjoyed the shows. You know what I'm saying, that you had Rick Glacier on. You know, like, hey, he's full of shit, but with a lot of stuff. But he is very knowledgeable. He's very knowledgeable, and you know, some of the shit that he say got a lot of validity to it.
Yeah. Man, I ain't gonna lie. I would love to interview David Duke. I'm keeping it a buck. Like, I'll
So
be
who?
like, David Duke. Like, I would love to interview like a stone cold racist. Like, I would have loved. Give me an hour with him. I would have loved it. Like, I want to know. Like, I don't know. Maybe I don't know, but yeah. What would you believe? How would y'all feel if they started moving Earl Spence towards Canelo?
That will be, a lot of people be talking about that,
Yeah.
but that's gonna be a hard fight to make because now Canelo fighting at 168 and then probably going right to 175 after he, you know what I'm saying, if he fight Jamal Charlo, it'd be at 168. Then he gonna go to 175 because he gonna relinquish them belts. There ain't really nothing else for him because he pretty much already told us that he ain't finna stay down there to defend his titles against David Benavidez. So he moving up to 175. And then Errol Spence, he at 147 now. So they was talking about that happening at 160. Ain't no way Canelo is moving back down to 160 for nobody.
Facts. Yeah, man. They saving Earl for Canelo. Yeah, that's what he says. They saving Earl for Canelo.
Who said that?
Who said that?
Not me.
Oh, okay. Still
Yeah.
on your phone.
Yeah, my
I
fault.
mean, how is that gonna happen? Errol Spence, he can't fight. So, like, okay, so say they do a catch weight.
Mm-hmm.
Say they do a catch weight 165.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we stretching it because like I said, by that time Canelo fighting at 175, and he already saying that he not going back down to 168. So they do a catch weight at 166, 165. Can Earl fight that high? You know what I'm saying? Can he go that high in weight? You know, and be competitive against a Canelo Alvarez? That's a lot of weight.
Yeah, I mean, Canelo will be a huge favorite in that fight.
Or do you just, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Like I thought the fight, me personally, I thought the fight was gonna happen. I think the fight probably would have happened by now.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that probably would be one of the big fights that we would have had if he hadn't suffered them, you know, the car accident and all of that. Because the road that Errol Spence was on, to me, I think he was on that road to be able to meet Canelo and fight him at like 160 or something like that. But to me, I think with the injuries and the car accident, they're kind of passed up.
Right.
The worst thing Errol Spence did was give Canelo that juice. Cause after that shit what that happened with Triple G and the PDs, he lost a lot of steam. If y'all remember that shit. And Earl gave that nigga that juice. Man, I could fight Canelo, and then Canelo and then his boy to my all that fight never happened and shit like that. So then he got the clout. So you know that's why I like when Tank be interviewing. I like when he be like, man, I don't fuck them niggas. I'm the top dog. Like he don't even acknowledge them niggas. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what you got to do. You got to show like no type of respect because they use that clout to come off your name, man,
right,
and build their buzz. And that's one of the things that Canelo did was use Errol Spence for buzz.
Well, this is what I got to say about that, Kyle.
I don't like that when niggas say, "Oh, he just using me for clout." Like say, let's go to Tank Davis since brought him up, right? When he talked about Devin Haney, it was, and he's a clout baby. When he talked about Gary Russell, man, he just some clout. Nobody knows Gary Russell, this, and that. Bro, this is like Gary Russell said in his interview today, this is a gladiator sport. It is a gladiator combat sport. So why can't it be you think you better than me? I think I'm better than you. I'm calling you out because I'm a competitor. But now, as boxing fans, and the way that sport is changing, it's he just wants clout. Well, why can't he just want to fight him because he want to fight the best? And I think everything to us now is clout because it's very few fighters like Devin Haney, like a Errol Spence, like a Deontay Wilder, like a Gary Russell that just want to fight the best. You know what I'm saying? They want to fight the best because they think they're the best and they got that competitive bone in their body. So when we hear, it's just clout. It's just everything ain't clout. You know what I'm saying? I think we tend to forget this is a gladiator sport. I think we throw around that word, clout chasing. He just clout chasing. Everybody ain't a Ryan Garcia. Some of these dudes really want to smoke with whoever is perceived to be the best. That's why I don't like to use that clout chasing word too loosely. This is a combat sport, gladiator sport.
You make good points. You make good points. Yeah, and those young guys use that term a lot. You know what I mean? Cat, clout. They ain't never fighting each other. Those 135 guys. Man, I ain't gonna lie. I've never seen Real Housewives of Atlanta, but them guys at 135, that's what it reminded me of, man. Like how people describe that show. Real
Right.
husbands of Hollywood. That's what they are. I've seen that once or twice. Man, God damn. Would they just get in the ring? Damn. But it is what it is, man. Had a good show tonight. I appreciate you hanging out, Kay.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man. I'm watching every night. Me and my lady, we be, laying in bed watching the show every night. So.
That's love, man. Tell her we
Yeah,
said hello and thank you.
Yeah, man. She love the show.
Man. I just any parting words. I'm gonna post your channel again once.
Oh man, I appreciate you, Fred. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, I had a good time. Like I said, hanging out with y'all. I appreciate you. Keep doing your thing. And man, like I love watching your show.
No, that's love, dog. Thank you. Thank you.
Sir.
That's
Yes,
mutual.
sir, man. I'm gonna hop in the chat. And y'all can catch me, like I said, y'all can catch me on Everything Boxing, and I come on every day, Monday through Friday at 12:30 Fred time on 12:30 Pacific, 1:30 Mountain Time, 2:30 Central, and 3:30 on the East Coast. Yeah, so appreciate y'all.
Your shit growing too, nigga.
Appreciate it. Yeah, man. We're gonna keep on, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep on moving.
Got to.
It's crazy when you stop going to fights, your shit grow more than going to them shits.
Yeah, because you consistent here.
Yep. I appreciate y'all, Fred. Appreciate you, Kyle.
Most definitely, man. We need each other.
Yes, sir.
So I'm just gonna say this: when people say Top Rank is racist, and I think we got to start saying Top Rank. I think it's important. By no means am I saying just about Bob Arum, because I think we got to give it full context. The structure. If you think they're racist, use the word Top Rank. The structure, because we're talking about structure. It's not just a person. You know what I mean? Because you can get rid of a person. So after we get rid of the person, it's Top Rank. They Northerners now. You know what I mean? They believe in Black Lives Matter. You understand what I'm saying? So I think it's if you believe it, I think you should go after the infrastructure. I remember when I was going to sue somebody, and it was like, you don't sue them. Who they work for? And I said, aha, I gotcha. Don't sue it, because it happened on their job, you know. And it was like, no, don't sue them. Sue the job, man. You gotta be smarter than that. So think bigger than just one person, you know. I would encourage everyone to say that, because the answer is, well, Bob is racist. Okay. Bob got more time behind him than in front of him, right? It's the structure of it. So Top Rank is the structure. Use the structure, because we're not going to get anywhere because you get rid of the person. Shit. Okay. Then who we going to blame? Tyler Buff don't do interviews. Who we going to blame then?
And check this out, Fred. The hardest part to prove racism is, since him and Jay Prince been working so close together, he's gotten every young black fighter you could think of is on Top Rank. Yeah. Allen them ain't got no new young fighters that's like we clamoring over to go see. Keep it a buck. We got what they got, the dude that look like Muhammad Ali / Trinidad. So Trinidad Ali. Who else they got? That's a young fighter that we like. Oh man, we got to see. They already been built a little bit. Ain't nobody young like coming straight out the Olympics. Nobody just turned pro signing with them like that. That's already a star. So it's hard to prove race, even with the infrastructure. It's hard to prove the racism shit.
You can't prove it. You can't prove it.
You can't prove it.
That's why in my position, like see, I try and teach you guys like the logistics of reality. In my position, I can't call people racist. You know what I mean? I can get sued. I can get liable. So I can't be on here saying Top Rank is racist. PBC is racist. That person's racist. I'm here every night. So when you got to be able to prove that shit. I'm not saying they not or they is. But when you call someone racist, I can call Kelly Swanson a racist. I got recordings to prove it. But it's hard for me, who goes to court 10 times a year, 15 times a year, to call someone a racist when I can't prove it. If you can prove it, by all means, say it. But Fred is never going to call a person a racist that he can't prove that is a racist. I can't call Rick Glacier a racist. I can't prove it. You understand? And when you go to court, when someone take you to court for libel and defamation, then you're going to wake up and be like, oh, I got it. I really understand.
In the words of the great philosopher Frederick S. Hawthorne, you got to be pragmatic.
No, it's just in a position that I'm in. You understand? It's like I'm running a Fortune 500 corporation, right? Someone said Bob Arum doesn't have a Fortune 500 corporation, but I understood what Keon was saying. In the position that I'm in and running this barbershop business, like you have a brand, and I would suggest everybody have this mindset. If you're running your brand, if you're running your company, or you just see it as just a YouTube page just for information, that's fine. You know, I plan on expanding outside of this, you know, so you got to be cognizant, and that's just who I am as a person. That's just who I am. So I can sit here and call Kelly Swanson. There's nothing she can say or do to refute it. I'm just going to hit play and be like, you hear her? That's it. That's the only person I can legitimately say is a racist. Golden Boy, because I have actual proof. So I can't sit here and say, are they racist? It's hard for me to do, in a position that I'm in. Y'all can say it, y'all fans of boxing, y'all can say what you want, but you know what I mean? And if I can share something with everybody that's having these YouTube contents, I'm not sure if they're gonna spray the internet. There's a 0.5% that they will, but it's just my mind thinking forward. Shit, they may file suit on all the YouTubers that call them racist. It's a less than 1% chance, not likely, but just to file suit. They have an in-house lawyer, So these are just what my mind thinks. You know what I mean? It's just what my mind thinks. So
as long as he don't say most of my best friends are black, we're fine.
No. But
now that's how you can prove somebody's a racist. If they say most of my best friends are black, then that, you know what I'm saying, that's how you know. He ain't said that shit yet.
He hasn't, but he's coming on with
but and it's hard to say, it's hard to call him racist, right, Fred?
I can't I can't prove it. Like, man, I understand his mind. I really do. Like, I'm sitting there, I'm like, that's why when he said it, I was like, man, I want him to go right now so I can explain to y'all while it's fresh on my mind what he's thinking, like what I believe his mindset to be. Like once he said that shit clicked in my head, and I was like, I got it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm interviewing Stacey. I'm interviewing Stacey McKinley this weekend too.
Who's that?
Mike Tyson's trainer, assistant trainer from years back. Yeah, Don King's guy. You know who he is. You just didn't know his name as a kid, but yeah. Got him, Murad Muhammad, and Bob Arum. So I should have something on those three by Sunday for y'all. How that goes.
Yeah, man. Listen, man. We gotta say this though, Fred. The people that you allowed us to talk to.
This is so sad. He said, "Sounds like Fred is encouraging top rank." I'm actually trying to help y'all. I'm trying to help,
dude. Like this.
I'm not even gonna comment to it.
Fred, I be man, Fred. You see, you acting like me now, man. Fred, there's only one of us can argue the chat, man.
Okay. I'm like, damn, I can't even give good advice now. Like, you know what I mean? Because they're gonna have to subpoena somebody from the media. Who did the Terrence Crawford interviews? Who did the Bob Arum articles? Who did the Terrence Crawford articles? They got to subpoena somebody. I don't know who they're gonna subpoena. You know what I mean? So yeah.
But
so
Fred,
that's where we're at. Yes.
But let's be honest though, Fred. In the last 2 years, Top Rank has been doing some better shit.
Better shows. Yeah. Better shows. And if I'm gonna tell you one thing, y'all better be highly upset and y'all better rebel, or y'all cowards, y'all just talk in the chat. If Shakur Stevenson and Oscar Valdez is free and y'all don't say or do nothing about it,
dog. Listen to me, dog. Listen to me. Fredro, Freddie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Frugal Fred.
Yep.
All the nicknames. Listen, if that match, that fight is on for free.
That's crazy. He's willing to pay, man. Everybody said it, right? Everybody said like, oh man, this and that, and we always got to pay. If that fight is free, y'all better stand up.
But Fred,
I got
you know that fight's gonna be for free, right?
You got what?
That fight's gonna be for free.
You think so?
Let me tell you, because Bob Arum is a smart man. Because he told us plenty of times. He said he not putting nothing on pay-per-view for no reason. Right? This was probably months ago. This was one of your older interviews, right? When the pandemic was popping off. And he was like, these people are charging for these fights, and these fights aren't, you can't charge people for these fights. You got to put it on free TV so people can watch them. That fight is going to be free, Fred.
I can't see how. Oh, maybe because they'll get a high gate.
Dude, the gate, ESPN is going to give them whatever they want, Fred. You know what kind of advertisements? Listen, Bud leaving Top Rank was the best thing that ever happened for Shakur Stevenson. The best thing. The best thing. Think about it. We talking about Shakur Stevenson so much now that Bud ain't with Top Rank no more. Now their whole focus has went straight towards Shakur Stevenson. I mean, listen. You say what you want about the Rick Glacier nigga. The nigga know business. He know economics. He like he said, as soon as Terrence Crawford left, he said they got somebody to replace him. They you know what I mean? And when Shakur Stevenson leave, Keyshawn Davis is right there to replace him. So they got, you know what I'm saying? They got people to replace niggas. You know? So if that fight is on, and if I'm Top Rank, nigga, I'm telling ESPN, yo, let's put this on ABC. Let's put this motherfucker on ABC, man. Let everybody see this shit.
Is that a pay-per-view fight?
Technically.
I mean, the reason why I say
it ain't going. But Fred, me and you don't buy fights. I'm keeping it a buck, Fred. Mm-hmm. Me and you don't buy fights. Me and you, we watch fights together on StreamYard. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We listen. I got ESPN Plus. I didn't get it for boxing.
I can't see how that fight is free though. I mean, if that fight is free, damn. That's on par with Crawford, and I mean, it's right below it, but it's like it's still a big fight in that division. That's the biggest fight in that division, 130. You know, it's a big fight. Shakur, Oscar, free? Nah.
You know why? You know why it's smart though, Fred? It's gonna force everybody else's hand. It's gonna force PBC hand.
That rating is gonna be crazy.
Because Top Rank is gonna be able to say, we gave y'all Shakur Stevenson and Oscar Valdez for free. They want y'all to pay for this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, Fred, if they come out and say that we're giving y'all Shakur Stevenson, Oscar Valdez on ESPN, and y'all about to pay for Keith Thurman and Mario Barrios, man, listen, I'm telling you, man, the PBC fucked up. They finna get strong armed. They don't have no young talent. They don't have all the young talents with Top Rank.
We'll see. We'll see.
Man, where L-Dub at? Where L-Dub?
I'll find out this weekend. But I just, man, if that fight is free, that's a big deal. If that fight is free, you know, because he got to put on a pay-per-view. He hasn't put on a pay-per-view yet this month. So I mean, it's only right.
And let's be honest though, Fred. They purses ain't that much. They're not getting no crazy ass purses.
We'll see. But if
that Fred, you taught us the business. You taught listen, you taught us this. When we had Lonnie on the other day, the networks get all this money and they trickle it down, right? Bob Aaron's gonna get his regardless.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna get his because Oscar Valdez ain't making $4 million, and Shakur Stevenson ain't making $4 million a piece. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's why the Bud Crawford and Sean Porter fight had to be on pay-per-view. You get what I'm saying? They're not making that kind of purse, right?
Yeah, because that was $10 million, and but the reason why it's tricky because that fight is like 1 foot on one side, 1 foot on the other side. You know what I mean? Like, so. But if that fight is free, people ain't gonna say nothing because honestly, it's about the product.
And think about this though, Fred.
Yeah.
Bob Arum is Jewish, man.
Yeah.
That nigga ain't finna just be taking no unnecessary risk to spend unnecessary money.
I get it. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. So ESPN might come with the bag for that.
Fred, think about what they could charge a motherfucker for advertisement that night.
Yeah, no, I get what I got to see it to believe it.
No, I got you. I got
to see it.
I mean, boxing has fucked us so many times. I'm with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm with you, 100% with you. But ain't no fucking way. You see it. There's no. Listen, PBC can't. They can't convince. They can't explain. You know what I'm saying? There's no way to explain how we got Oscar Valdez, Shakur Stevenson for free, but you want us to pay $80 for Mario Barrios and Keith Thurman. You can't explain that. How can you know what I mean? You can't you can't explain that.
Let me ask the chat. Do you think it'll be free or PPV? I'm interested.
Hey, Bob, remember I told you he don't even believe in pay-per-views no more.
Oh,
he told you that, Fred. Remember he said the model is not the people are not buying the fights. We don't, you know.
You got 3 frees in a row. Well, we got 3 frees. No pay-per-view so far.
You can't convince.
Say free. Everybody say free.
Hey, Fred, there's no way you can convince the people after you bought
ESPN Plus, maybe. ESPN Plus, maybe.
This is gonna be on both. Way too much money involved. Now that fight has like, it's like like you said, it's on a cusp. It's not quite pay-per-view, but it's like right under. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll do like a Tank Davis number. And Bob Arum ain't for Tank Davis numbers. You know that. He's not Fred. If the pay-per-view ain't gonna make him like stupid money, you know he ain't fucking with that. Fred, I got ESPN. They're gonna drop a couple $100 million on me. You know that. They're gonna keep me in business for the next 5 years on this fight because I can sell it. You got the Black Fighter versus the Mexican Warrior.
Oh, it's great marketing. Oh yeah,
man,
they got enough for marketing.
And you know Shakur gonna be on every listen. Like Ricky said, man, Shakur is gonna be on all the ESPN channels. He gonna go to him. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be smiling on First Take and all that shit, dog.
Right. All right, let's get out.
Yeah, man.
It's
Some people
Friday.
we got a couple pay-per-views though.
I don't know. It's our Friday, and Gary Russell is fighting Saturday. So Gary got the weigh in tomorrow. Gary's gonna make weight easy. I want to see if that motherfucker look like he lift weights. You know what I mean? Mark Masigo.
Now, Fred, I got a question for you, Fred.
Okay.
Which free fight did we get that we should have paid for? What was that fight? Would you say?
Tio Loma, maybe.
That's my point, Fred. He gave us that free with no fans.
Mm-hmm. I was appreciative of that. I remember because I watched.
That's in the heart of COVID.
Yeah, that was LSU played that night. I won money on LSU and I lost on Loma that night. I remember that. Loma was 4-1 and I lost $400 to win one.
Now, Fred, we had to pay for Luis Ortiz versus Charles Martin. And they gave us
Charlo Castano was on Showtime.
Yeah, but nobody thought that was going to be nobody wanted to pay. Nobody wanted to pay for it though. You get what I'm saying, Fred?
Oh, yeah, I get what you're saying. Okay, right.
That wasn't like a fight. Like we was like, oh yeah, nobody even thought Castillo was going to put up a fight. The Teofimo Lopez Loma, that was a big thing. That was an ESPN driven thing. You know what I'm saying?
It was a big deal.
Showtime ain't even like Showtime is like tripping. Like Viacom could be doing way more. Like I don't know why they don't take some of that shit to CBS. I mean, it just don't make no sense, dude. And then like the Fox fights, we never get a great Fox fight, bro. Never.
Fox fights are terrible.
Terrible.
I mean, they bad. Mike Coffey.
Listen.
No Joyce. I mean,
you know, me and my wife, we watch boxing together. You know, it's the boxing household, right? Mm-hmm. When me and her watch some of these fights on Fox, she go, "Man, who the hell is that?"
Yeah.
I go, "Shit, I don't even know." You know what I'm saying? Like, L-Dub might know that motherfucker know everybody, but I don't know who this motherfucker is. Mm-hmm. But back in it, but like before, man, PBC, you knew who everybody was. You know what I'm saying? You had so many great black fighters on, and you just want, you know what I mean? Right. We had some great fucking fights before I don't know what the hell happened, man. Maybe let's blame the pandemic.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, if that fight is free, hopefully it puts a referendum on all these dumb pay-per-views that PBC is putting on. Just retarded. You know, I mean, we're paying fans, not me. Y'all are paying $75 a month for one PBC fight when you should
they pay $39, Big Fred.
For the zone. I mean, the zone is charging $20, right? $20.
Hey, the zone they slick. You talked all that shit about pay-per-views, and they doing pay-per-views.
Yeah, and you get 3 months for free. Or something like that. You get 3 months free.
You know, shit come on in them 3 months.
Right. Man, let's get out of here, man. It's 11 o'clock.
What you say on Friday, motherfucker? You think you should ask that bitch for some money? Oh, shit.
Appreciate y'all, man. We going to Kyle's after the show. Going. What you talking about tonight, Kyle?
Oh yeah, man. We live. We live from the boxing section, man. I'm hoping DJ and Max come on because it's MMA Thursdays.
Oh yeah,
now
Thursday. Yeah, for sure. It was.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all, boy. Next week, it's gonna be rough because I'm doing 96 hours next week.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm going exempt for a little bit, so I gotta bust their ass real fast. You know, we got some shit to handle, Fred.
Yeah.
You know what we talked about. Goddamn it. Yeah. So yeah, we got some shit to handle.
96.
Oh, I gotta tell y'all this.
Like I said, 96 hours.
April. The shirts with me and Fred dressed like Sean Porter, they're gonna be dropping. They're gonna be dropping. You know what I'm saying? We're dropping them shits officially. You know what I'm saying? I got the artists already working on them. I just got to get the money to pay the nigga. So around April, everything should be good. So yeah, man, because that was probably the best show. Period. You know what I'm saying? That was classic.
Keon started off That was fun.
Man. Classic fucking show.
Well, I appreciate y'all coming in here this week, man. Kyle was just steady rambling. And man, thank you guys for coming in this week. We had a good week. We got Kid Austin. I'm gonna schedule him for next week. So all the guests this week, we'll schedule for next week. And the 31st, Rick Glazier and the Freeway. Rick Ross is coming on. February 1st, my college roommate is coming. He's the head coach at UNT Texas. And
oh shit.
Yeah, he's a track coach over there. So he's gonna come over and yeah, that's gonna be a good oh man, that's gonna be an embarrassing show. But anyhow, so y'all can ask how good of an athlete was I? Yeah, I ask him. You know what I mean? How whatever, just ask him. You know what I mean? And
so for the sake of Deacon 305.
Yes.
Fred, keep your foot on these niggas' necks. We're gonna say keep your foot on their necks, Fred.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We're not workers, we're not supervisors, nigga, we bosses. In the words of the great philosopher DB, Fred Dro. Play the song, Fred!
Thank you. God dang. Man, Birdman, Ryan, Struggle, West Virginia, Andrea, Birdman, thank you. Jim Hustle, Deuce Trey, thank you. I 100. DOG, what's up? The joy of boxing, appreciate you. Birdman, as always, thank you, dog. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, Nick. Thomas. Sometimes you see, I know. What's up? Big O 581. KB, what's up? Charlo Harrison 2. What's up? Charlo Harrison 2 was the best card PBC had in a long time. That shit was Charlo Harrison.
Who else is on the card?
Remember those two heavyweights? They were going back and forth. The Nigerian guy, he knocked the guy out, then he got knocked down. And they prospect. The Mexican Olympian got knocked out. Remember the Mexican Olympian? That was the card that Earl Spence gave his first interview.
I don't remember nobody fight but the Tony Harrison Charlo fight in Earl Smith's interview. You told F.A. Jogba when he fought the white guy, right?
That was a good fight. Man, Rock'em Sock'em Robots. That was fun. That was a good ass fight. Yeah.
Did People Hernandez already pop up?
Peoples Hernandez, yep.
Peoples Hernandez.
Thank you, dog. That was a good card. For free too? Yeah.
Yeah, that was by accident.
Those great cards are often by accident. Because it's always two fights where you don't even know the fighter. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
How's Rob G Films doing? Hopefully he's good. I ain't seen him in a couple of days, so hopefully he's good.
He was just on the other day.
He was? Okay. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all sticking with me this week, man. Thank you so much.
Great, man. I'm glad you're doing better, my brother.
Yeah, I am. Way better. Because the devil is a lie.
Hey, my notification wasn't going out neither. Fred, they going out now, though.
Your what?
My notifications, like to say that I'm live, it wasn't going out.
Peace. Love y'all, man. Mañana, guys. See y'all Sunday. See y'all Sunday. See if we get one of Gary Russell brothers in here. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, man, I want to play that fight so bad, man, but that COVID shit, man.
Yeah, don't. That shit jumping.
But
and we had Champion Heart, the premiere of Champion Heart cooking segment.
That was dope.
That was fun. It's a great. Thank you for layering the show, champ. Appreciate you. All right, we gone. Love you, man. See you at your show. Yep.